Hey, welcome to the show. This is the Tuesday night call-in show where you get to call in and leave your thoughts. Now, recently, I've been kind of on a tear where I've been talking. Thank you so much, Lizzie B. Good to see you. I've been kind of on a tear where I've been talking about this, this whole catfish thing since they brought it up. Like they brought this shit up. It's not James looking for stuff to do. They brought it up. And out of my own personal frustration, I said, you know what? The hell with it. Y'all want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Y'all want to get into it? Let's get into it. Right? Let's not be afraid. Let's not be scared. Let's not operate out of, I don't want to embarrass Mary. Like, how am I embarrassing Mary when they bringing it up? There's a scene in what is it? It's one of the like Welcome Back Jack book series. It's actually a movie title. Like I think it's Dangerous Games or something like that. Had Harrison Ford played it at one point. I think Alec Baldwin played the same character. And they were talking about like this. They talking about like this whole thing where people say this president, the president was involved with this guy. He was friends with this guy. It's kind of like Enron. And the people who were talking to the president were like, you need to disavow any knowledge of this person who got caught up stealing money because you don't want to be connected to him. And the guy, Jack Ryan, correctly pointed out at the time during the film that what you're talking about doing is like saying that there's a bomb, it already went off, and we're about to send the bomb squad in to disarm it. It's too late. For us to sit here and pretend like we're not going to talk about it, that shit is too late. The horse has already left the barn. Okay, and the barn is burnt down. Like there's no more like putting the horse back in the barn, pretending like we can ignore it. So instead of sitting around waiting for them to define these things to us, I think it behooves the content creators, fans, audience members, people on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, for us to take the lead in what we want to hear about the catfish situation, not what Robin and Cody decide they want to tell us, because that's what it comes down to. If you sit there and we try to play the Mary don't want to talk about it, so she's just going to keep her mouth shut. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to keep our mouth shut. The only people who are going to be talking about it are going to be the people who are going to continually bully her about the situation. So we're not helping her. If you don't believe what I'm saying, let's take a look at Mary's entire time on Sister Wives. What game has she been playing? I'm not going to say nothing bad about Cody and Robin, and I'm just going to ride the tide. I'm going to just let it go. I'm going to rise above. When they go low, I'm going to go high. I'm going to do all that good shit. I'm not going to say nothing bad about them. And has that ever, my clear, very concise question is this: has that ever stopped Cody and Robin from bad talking Mary? Has that stopped anybody from throwing Mary's ass under the bus? Because she refuses to talk about it. The only voices that get heard are from the people who are accusing her of something, and she refuses to talk about it. She did herself no favors. Now, as it were, I'm reading the catfish book. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Straight up. I was going to do this as a book club. Like I was going to recommend it to folks and like, yeah, why don't we get it together? We'll just take it apart, dissect it. I'm going to tell you like this. That book is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay? That book is the bullshit. Now, there's some things in there that I think deserve note and are worthy to be pointed out. But do I think it's worth the read? It's certainly not worth my recommendation for people to spend their time trying to read through or get through this damn book. It's not even so much like the book does have tremendous amount of like grammatical errors, spelling errors. There's no linear of thought, clear, concise, linear thought process in the book. It just is very scattered brained. But in all that, I look past it because I wanted to get to the ideas that they were trying to share. And as I look past it, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I have some thoughts on the whole situation. I have some new, fresh thoughts on this whole situation that I haven't really heard anybody. Like I've kind of touched on some of the things before, but I haven't heard anybody really talk about it. And that's the type of shit I think needs to be brought up as we talk about the catfish situation. It goes beyond, like in my opinion, now people can do whatever you like. You can talk about whatever you like. But in my opinion, this shit goes beyond whether Mary was cheating or not. Like that very subtle question, was Mary cheating? In my opinion, she was, because she considered herself married. Cody considered herself married, even though he was mistreating her and treating her wrong. They still acknowledged that there was a commitment in a relationship. She betrayed that relationship. That's cheating, right? Elementary. On the surface, that's cheating. Are there mitigating circumstances? Absolutely. But the catfish situation goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. Because it's not just whether she was cheating or not. It's not, that's not like, that in and of itself is an irrelevant part of this story. It's relevant to a degree because Cody can always claim that, I was so heartbroken because of the way he treated me and I couldn't continue life no more. That's his cry tale. He rubbed his eyes. So he can do that shit, right? But the catfish thing, I think it has so many facets that are worthy of discussion that aren't necessarily, I don't think it's embarrassing per se to marry, right? And one thing I will say, and again, I've never heard anybody say this shit, but I feel like I'm the first one to say it, and I'm going to say it with my whole damn chest. This Sam Cooper person is fake as hell. We know they fake. And if I openly challenge Sam Cooper. Pick up the phone, get on your little email, Twitter, and if you're a real dude, contact me. I will put you on. I know you won't. You know why I know you won't? Because you're not real, bro. Because here's the thing. Oh, Sam is very private and he don't care because he got thick skin. This is a quote from the book. He has thick skin and he don't care about what other people think. Here's the thing. If you have there's one thing where you could say that I'm a private person. I don't like people in my business. I'm a private person. I don't like people in my business. I can understand that. But I'm also didn't sign up to do a reality TV show. Right? But Sam didn't sign up to do a reality TV show either, James. This is true. But Sam also wrote a detailed book describing his sexually intimate relationship with this woman. And in my opinion, if you can get on TV, or you can get not even on TV because the man's never been on TV. If you can get on Twitter, social media, or wherever you go, or speak loudly in a public room and declare what you've done with somebody in an intimate, private setting with your whole damn chest, the least you can do is show your face. You don't get the privilege of hiding in anonymity when you talk about how she used to like it and what y'all used to do. You don't get that right. That's not appropriate. Don't give me the bullshit about, oh, well, I'm just like to keep it to myself and be private. No, you don't get to be private after you do that. After you share somebody else's business. I've been married for a long time. And I would be horrified and completely disgusted if my wife got up and just and said this is what we do in our private time. I would be completely horrified and outraged if that were to happen. From my end, it would never even occur to me to do some stupid shit like that. And that's my wife. At best, at best possible interpretation of this entire stupid ass situation, Sam could only claim to be Mary's boyfriend of 6 months. Let me say that one more again. Let's put the shit into perspective. That's what we need to do in this conversation. We have to start putting the shit into perspective. At best interpretation, most generous interpretation I could possibly give this scenario, Sam was Mary's boyfriend for 6 freaking months. You don't have expectations after 6 months. You don't have investment after 6 months. You don't have the right to sit there and try to guide and shape and control this woman's life, especially if you're going to make the argument, and I'm about to go too far because I do want to do a video on this book, but you don't have the ability to go in and say that, oh, Mary's in this ultra controlling situation and relationship where she's being beat down by this abusive husband who's doing these terrible things to her, only for you to stand in the void and become the abuser. Because if you read the book, that's essentially what the man is saying. He's describing the man, Jackie Overton, aka Sam Cooper. What they're describing is a ultra controlling relationship where she's trying to manipulate and control Mary and tell her what's in her best interest and what she should be doing and how she should be conducting herself by his approval. And part of the problem that I have with this whole thing, and this is what I've been saying from the beginning, is that we get so locked into the first part of the issue, the first part of the little conspiracy, that we never focus on the bigger questions, the bigger issues, the entirety of what was actually going on. We get so hogged down and bogged down on who was cheating on who and whether it was cheating and why it wasn't fair, and if it was fair. That shit doesn't matter. This dude is Looney Tunes. He's a fruit cup. And I'm saying he because I'm trying to be respectful because I don't know their situation. Look, this shit is reading to me. This book reads to me like a obsessed fan. A person who believes that they have a stronger bond or relationship with somebody whom they don't have that strong a relationship with. Now, even with regard to the part of the reason why I'm not even recommending the book is because I am aware, and he even and Sam even brags in the earlier chapters that he's going to get into the messages and their sex life and things of that nature. Here's my thing. If I can't trust you and who you are, and you're an unreliable narrator, how the F am I going to trust what you saying when you said you was intimate with her? Holla at your boy. I'm just going to take your word for it. I'm just going, okay, yeah, I mean, he said it. We have to believe him because we don't like Mary. That's the only way you could just sit there and say, I carte blanche believe everything that Sam is saying about Mary, is if you're responding to it with dislike for Mary. You have to take into account that this person is lying. They would say it shouldn't matter who I am or what I am because me and Mary connected. Here's my thing. Basic shit. You can't start a relationship on a lie. How many times we heard that? You can't start a relationship on a lie. If you told Mary that you're a man and you're actually a woman, that shit is a lie. If you part of the LGBTQ plus community, and as far as I know, Sam and Jackie are not. They just are identities that this person uses, right? But you don't get to hide behind that either. Oh, well, I feel like this, I feel like I'm that. You owe it to a person. If you are in a relationship with them, you owe it to them to be honest with them. And you can't say that your relationship is genuine or it means something if you can't be honest. Because to be in a real relationship with somebody is somebody who you can be vulnerable with, somebody you're not afraid to have conversations with. If you listen to Christine talk and she said, I would talk to Robin and she would go back and talk to Cody, and then Cody would come back to me and I would be in trouble. That's not a relationship. That shit is not healthy. How am I gonna get in trouble with somebody I'm dating? I get in trouble when I was a child. I got in trouble with my parents. I can't get in trouble with my wife. I might do some shit, and I'm sure I do a bunch of shit she don't like. Hey, I'll give it all away a buck. Right, James. Right. I'm sure that happens, but I'm not in trouble. You know what I mean? I might have troubles at the house, but I'm not in trouble. Like, I'm not going home like, I don't know what's going to happen. Yo, if it's like that, then shit, I'm out. But a person that you're in a relationship with is a person you should be able to trust. This same person talks about how Mary opened up and was so honest with him. But at the end of the day, you weren't honest with her. So all the conversations don't mean shit because it's all based on a lie. And like I said, I'll get into it when I get through the book and I produce the video, get the video out. But I mean, these are things that, like I said, if we're going to talk about it, let's have a full-throated conversation about it, as opposed to playing around on the edges. And then when we only discuss it when Robin and Cody want to bring it up. And the problem with that, as with all of this, and like I said about Christine, I'm not going to talk about it because Cody's not worth the time. What's going to happen is you're allowing him to set the parameters of the discussion, which means that when you guys are having a discussion, you're talking about this subject the way that they want to talk about it with their limitations. Now, clearly, Mary didn't want to talk about it. And how many times have we been watching tell-alls and Cody and Robin have gotten up and said they absolutely refuse to talk about it? When we were watching tell-all the 4-part tell-all this season, how come they didn't ask Cody about his relationship with his kids? Oh, that subject matter is for Bolton, for the Bolton. It's off the table. You can't discuss it. But somehow something that embarrasses Mary, she don't want to talk about. It's free game. Free game. She got to answer the questions. So if that's what they want to do, let's play the game. Let's play the game. And let's start exposing some of the truth. So I want to, that's my little spiel. You guys want to talk about that? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to open up the thing. You guys have an opinion on why I shouldn't talk about the catfish? I will open it up. Because like I said, I will give you guys an opportunity. Maybe I'm not seeing something. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm Mr. Know-It-All, Wizard of Waverly Place. I have all the information. But I have an opinion. And like I said on Sunday, like you don't beat a bully by letting a bully do whatever a bully want to do. And Mary's getting bullied. And so I don't think we're benefiting her by just pretending like we don't see the bullying. Or we're just going to ignore it, pretend like we don't see that she's getting her ass kicked. But let me know what you guys think. Here's the link. I'm going to have to hold you guys to, just forewarning, I'm going to have to hold you there for 5 minutes. I got I'll give you 5 minutes at 30 seconds out. I'll give you a little bit of the background stream work. You'll see the lights. And then I have a bell that will go off at the end of the 5 minutes. So when you see the streams, the lights streaming, just, start to wrap up, whatever. Because I'm only going to be able to do a couple hours. tonight. I can't go long, but yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's kind of where I'm at. Like so, I'm curious what you guys think about it. Let me know. Uh, yeah, hold on. What's this? Terry Crumpf. So I wish they do a live, no holds barred interview with questions by the fans live. They used to. They used to. They'll never do it again. Fans know too much and they not playing. So fans ain't playing with them and shit. That's why they ain't never gonna do it. Fans will. Cody, tell me about these kids. How come you don't call your children? Oh, I'm not answering that. That's foreboding. But I'll bring Sharon to the stage. What's going on, Sharon? How you doing?
Oh, same old, James. How about you?
Doing very well. Can't complain. How's life treating you?
Well, I can complain, but it won't do me no good, so I just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Well, don't do it
Yeah,
because the people who paying attention don't have your best interest at heart anyway.
exactly. So, I did the super chat, and you struggled with my last name, so I just help a brother out here, kind of thing. It don't bother me, but that way you won't struggle with it. It's Martinet.
Martinet. Okay. Okay.
Yep, yep. And you know it'd be me saying Vera. You know, Vera says, because we can all be some fighting MFers up in here now. You know it. Uh, yeah, you talked about being the kids feeling unsafe, you know, if they're dealing with those people kind of thing. And you know, I'm exactly like you, James. I'm like, how you gonna do that? You know, you don't know what these people are doing or saying anything, even if you're just talking to somebody that's talking to them.
mm,
And here's the thing: if her house was really bugged, if her house was really bugged, who let them in?
right.
I, I mean, you know, that's some dirty low down right there. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Because
and
even
see when,
if they did some Mission Impossible shit where they came in through the skylight, that'd be scary. Look, that's enough for me to call the cops. I'm calling professionals. I'm
yeah,
not sitting there playing around trying to do some private. I ain't Magnum PI. Like what I look like. You know what I'm saying? I'm
well,
calling the cops.
see, I live in North Carolina, not Vegas. I'm just gonna tell you, you might wake up dead in my house. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I don't know what to say,
Oh yeah, if I
but
catch you in there, it's something different. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, yeah, for real.
if I'm talking
Well,
to you on the phone, you say too much, like, yeah, James with that blue ass shirt, like, whoa.
and you know, I get when people say stuff like you don't want to give weight to them, kind of thing and stuff. But see, I think Cody and them kept saying we're not going to talk about it, or we're not going to give them weight, or we're not going to say their names, or we're not going to do this, or we're not going to do that. But see, I think that's because they was trying to hide something.
mm,
Because if you really felt like she was being catfished, whether she did something wrong or not, and your family was in danger, honey, bring it out into the light. See, it's like anything bad. If you leave it in the dark, then yeah, it can still grow and be bigger and get bigger. You bring it out into the light, you can't do nothing with it. It's like
mm,
you saying about Mary. Own your shit, Mary. Just say it. I did that. No matter what was going on behind the scenes or how Cody was doing me, I shouldn't have done that. That was the wrong thing to do. Because where can they go with it?
right.
You've owned it, you know, but bring it out into the light. So if you want to talk about the catfish and bring them out into the light so that it doesn't happen to anybody else, bring it on. Bring it on. Because I think you can't, if you keep it hid, then it can continue to grow and fester.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you now. I think Robin's evil. Now I just do. I'm not saying nobody else didn't do nothing wrong, nothing like that. But every time you hear her say something or find out one more thing that she was involved in, that she had something to do with, that something was wrong over there, that's some bad stuff right there. Uh, she done some stuff that, man, I don't know if you can come back from it. You know,
Mm,
I just don't know if you can. And Cody too. I mean, you know, with this, and I think that's why he don't want to talk about the kids is because he knows there ain't nothing he can do. If he don't
Right.
admit that he done wrong and bring his own bad things that he did and apologize for him, truly heartfelt apologize for him, he ain't never gonna get back with his kids. At this point, I'm not so sure it would be possible even if he did apologize.
Well, it'd take work, and then he'd have to do things that he's unwilling to do, which is part of the problem.
And
You
that's
know what I
why I
mean?
think that's why he wants everything to be verboten.
Mhm.
It's because he knows there ain't nothing he can do about it, kind of thing. And if he wants them back, he's really gonna have to apologize for it, for real.
Right.
You
Right.
know. But anyways, that's my take.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate it, and 100%, I'm with you. You know,
Yeah.
I remember I worked. We had one uh person my company worked with, and he was a doctor, and story time. He had a he had a kind of a compound, and he had signs up because he had dogs, security dogs, and one of the signs on his property clearly said, "From my house to the gate, it's about a minute run. Like if you ran full on, like full sprint, it
Right.
take you about a minute to get from the front of my house to the gate." He said, "My dog can make it there in 30 seconds. Your choice."
Hey, you
Yeah.
know. Well, we live my story time. Uh, we live near a minimum security. Very, very minimum security kind of thing. It's probably a mile as you cross through the woods, kind of thing and stuff. And every time somebody would jump a fence or something out there, my dad was always like, y'all make sure he'll say, y'all make sure you lock your doors and everything, because I heard somebody escape from there. Because like I say, if you cut across the woods, you just cross the hill, kind of thing. And he says now, he told my husband, he said, now Donnie, he said now if somebody's breaking in the house, he said, you let Sharon have the gun. And he said, that was my gun. And my husband does security and stuff. And he says, and I've been to the range and I know how to shoot. He said, listen, I know you don't have no problem and you would hit whatever you're aiming at. You a nice person, Donnie. You gonna give him a chance to get away. Sharon's not. No. My house, my rules. You don't like it, don't come. Hey,
Right.
sorry. Let me ask you one question before I go, James, just real quick.
Sure.
Do you think that she asked Cody not to come over there because she thought the house was bugged?
Well, I
Because
think
if
she
he
was
was
in a
already in the
relationship.
house here, and if he was already in the house here and her talked to them, which I don't know that I believe that either, but do you think that she asked him not to come over to the house because she thought the house was bugged?
Nah, I think she was just in a relationship. Like I think she was
Okay.
moving on. Like I
All
think
right.
she was out. Yeah, I think she once she because she's taken the other young lady to Florida with her, to her and her daughter, or her and Leon. So she took Jackie Overton to Florida. So she was in a relationship. And that's what you do in relationships, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean it is what she grown. Like it's I'm not even mad about that. Like she's an adult.
For
I mean,
real.
I'm over it.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. I wasn't. I couldn't quite figure out with the timing wise when she asked him to stop coming over if that was why. Because if she was really scared and thought somebody was bugging the house, whether it was whoever she is talking to or what, I mean, with them or whatever, I could see the fear about it being like,
uh,
well, that's why she didn't want him over there, kind of thing and stuff, because she was really afraid of what might happen or what they would do or what she would do or whatever kind of thing. So I was just curious.
yeah, I think it was just I think wow, I am frozen. I think it was just she was in a relationship, and as the relationship progressed, she wasn't as worried about Cody because she was leaving, you know.
Right. Right.
But it just didn't work out. So
Right.
you know,
Well,
but
the only other thing I'll say, James, is so if me and you still sharing that Lambo, is it your week to have it or mine? Because I ain't got it right now.
yeah, right. Well, it must be in transit because it's not sitting in my house,
Okay. Well,
especially with all that snow on the ground.
hell, as long as Cody and Robin don't have it, I'm all right.
Yeah, right.
They ain't getting mine in your shit, James. I don't know about anybody else's, but they ain't getting mine in yours. All right. Peace out, my brother. Y'all have
All
a
right,
good night.
you too. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, let me see something, guys. Hold on, real quick. Hello. You guys hear me? Or is my camera just out? Hold on 1 second. Let me just different way.
Could be watching chefs burn pots in the kitchen, or influencers fake fights for attention. Drama queens with crowns, but no conviction. But now you're here, my addiction. Could've clicked that prank, that mukbang feast, or streams of gamers slaying beats. But you're here with me, not scrolling free, not lost in streams or reality. You're here with me where you wanna be, out the algorithm, just you and me. Could be watching cats knock glasses down, or a dude trying to stunt, stressed as a clown. DIY hacks turn smiles to frowns, but you're vibing here, no fakes around sound. This ain't unboxing or ASMR, no clickbait titles, no rented cars. Realest channel in your repertoire. Stay tuned, superstar. But you're here with me, not scrolling free, not lost in streams or reality. You're here with me where you wanna be, out the algorithm, just you and me. Yeah, could be watching chefs burn.
All right, we're gonna have to roll without the image. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, a big shout out to Just Scrapping for that. Just Scrapping the Hitmaker for providing a theme song here with me. Can you guys hear me? Just give me a 1 in the chat. Okay. At least I can be heard. Awesome. We're just gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. I don't know what's going on with my system. I tried it a couple different ways. Apparently, they're not playing with me. They just don't like a player. That's all right. We're gonna make it do what it do. All right, we're gonna bring Brittany Not Brittany up. Brittany Not Brittany, what's going on?
I swear, every time I throw something, I'm gonna throw a chip in my mouth right when you call my name. Every single time. Okay, I have two quick things that I wanted to say. One, I was listening to the Speak Pipe Live from last week earlier, and there was a caller on, and they were talking. They were like, y'all were talking about how Cody and Robin didn't really cry when Truly was sick.
Right.
And I wanted to respond to that because you find out in the book that, in Christine's book, that McKelty and or Aspen had like called Christine while they were out of town. They were like, Truly is really, really sick. We need help. And Christine called Cody and asked Cody to go over there and check, walk across the damn street. And Cody was like, no, I'm doing laundry.
Right.
And so during the talking heads, when they were filming that, Christine let it out that that's where Cody was, that he was there the whole time and that he refused to go over there. And that if Truly had like passed away because Cody was over there taking care of Robin's stuff, which, quick side note, is crazy to me because Cody don't do laundry for nobody else. Everybody else got to fend for themselves with laundry, but Cody got to go over there and be daddy homemaker with Robin. But but that really upset Cody and Robin. I think they were mad. I think that's why they weren't crying, because they were mad that Christine really had the audacity to like air them out like that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, but I think that's too damn bad. Because to be honest with you,
Same.
if like I can't see my wife doing that, but if ever somebody did that shit, like I'm calling, telling you, I'm not saying could you go over and check on them, which would be crazy in and of itself to me. I'm saying there is a problem.
Yes.
Could you go over there and check on them? And you tell me that you sitting there with your thumb up your ass doing laundry, dishes. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I don't care what you're doing. Take your ass across the street, find out what's going on. Because she said, because them kids shouldn't have been there by themselves doing that. That's your daughter. That's your daughter. Why is she not over at Robin's house? Y'all, and that was the whole like twisted thing too, because they always sat there and pretended like there was some kind of wall, impenetrable wall or force field that kept the kids from like going over to different houses. If we all one family, if the dad is over at Robin, Christine, Mary, or Janelle's house, and you have kids, especially young kids, they should all be in the house with Cody. You don't need to be in the house with the teenagers.
Right.
You know what I mean? You should be watching your kids instead of rolling them off on somebody else. And if the people you got watching your kids, I don't care if they're adults. If they call you up and say there's a problem, you take your ass over there and figure it out.
Immediately. And what's crazy is they talk so much about how the state could come in and take the kids. And I'm just like, you think they not gonna take the kids if your child dies on your watch? Like, what are we talking about? What are we even, which brings me to my next point of how it's really crazy that Mary was running around talking about, I'm scared. I think they got cameras in the house. Like, they're jumping the fence, like this whole thing. And she tells Robin, and not only does Robin not tell Cody, but going back to the whole reason why they left Utah. Y'all fled the state of Utah because Cody could possibly not really go to jail. But there's no concern for you. Like, you were so worried about like the kids being in danger and y'all being split up. But if there's a crazy person spying on you and your children, there's no reason to leave. You're not gonna call the police?
Right.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I call the police. You call the cops for a couple reasons. First reason, because you get professionals on the case. They have access to technology and equipment. They can file police reports, so at least there's a record that this is going on. And even to Sharon's point, if it does come to a point where, you catch somebody with their hand in the cookie jar and you give them 2 pills to go to sleep, right? Like, I got a police record that said I was down there complaining about it. So we all knew this was an issue. This ain't new, right? I'm keep crossing my T's and dotting my I's. So no.
So you didn't care.
No, not enough.
You couldn't care. And then also for Cody, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to move on. For Cody to hear that, Leon is also in the house. So even if the other children weren't directly in danger, Leon's in danger.
Right.
I definitely feel for Mary. I hate that happened to her. Everybody should have whooped Mary's ass for that. Right. Because even just for Leon's sake, I don't care if there was no problem with any of the kids, there was no threatening the kids. The fact that Mary brought Leon around the catfish, not knowing any of this, knowing that she's scared or whatever, like, girl.
Yeah, that's where the story don't make any sense. That's kind of where that whole like I was scared stuff starts to fall apart. But even like you said, even then, like you just maybe I'm built different. Maybe I'm paranoid, and I'll even give maybe that's a possibility. But the way I see it, if you're crazy enough, and I genuinely think you're crazy enough to break into my empty house to
Mhm.
set up surveillance equipment, then I would assume, to me, the next step is you're crazy enough to come in here and be standing over top of people when they sleeping. You
Right.
crazy enough to come in here and try to hurt me when I tell you I don't want to see you no more. You crazy enough, and clearly you have access to my family and my house that you could do things to people in my house trying to punish me. There's a lot of people out there. You pick up a newspaper. There's plenty of stories of like parents trying to hurt the other parents and they take the kids out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So no,
Yeah.
I don't play with that shit. I don't play crazy. You know what I mean?
At
I don't
all.
do that. Oh, it's cute. Oh, they ain't gonna do nothing. No,
It's
hell
fine.
no.
No, especially not kids. Like you can play with your. I don't want to say you can play with yourself, but you can do all that all by yourself.
Right.
You can do that all by yourself. I don't know why you're involving children in this, and that's where I really just lose all respect for Mary. Where I'm just like I don't really know. I hate that it happened to you, but as far as I'm concerned, everybody should be lining up to cuss you out. And like I said the other night, Christine, that is a valid reason not to like Mary.
Right.
For just that alone, you can use that excuse. I don't want to hear nothing else about McKelty and some gum. No.
Yeah. And if she would have said that, I'd have been like, all right, well, you gonna have to eat that, Mary.
Right. That's fair, because I don't like you either. It's okay.
Yeah, you got to take that one.
Yes. Right on the chin. That's yours. That's yours to own. But yeah, I'll let you go. I may call back later, just depending if you have the time. But
all right,
yes.
awesome.
All right, bye, y'all.
Thank you, Brittany. Appreciate you. I was one to make a mod squad dapping it up. Bam. But Brittany, not Brittany. I'm so old. That was an old man John. Dap it up, y'all. I'm bringing it back. That's right. I said it. Oh, that's so crazy. Wait, hold on 1 second. We had Darlene Hall gifted one My Take on Reality membership. Darlene trying to get the party started on Saturday because we do the round tables on Saturday, y'all. Off the hook, per use. So I got my camera back. I'm excited. Hello, how you doing? So, but thank you so much, Darlene. Let me give you a little something. Yeah, the phone calls have reinvigorated me. I was a little tired. A little sick earlier. But you guys are bringing me life. So appreciate it. Hold on a second. Thank you so much, Darlene Hall. Next up, we got Caramel Cuties.
Hey, James, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, just because I be having phone problems sometimes, so I had to make sure I was good. I wanted to kind of piggyback just a little bit off of what Brittany just said in regards to truly getting sick. And I'm going to keep my story real quick, real simple. Everybody knows my son suffers with epilepsy, and he had a bout where he was unresponsive for like 17 minutes at school. So he was rushed to the emergency room where they admitted him to the hospital. And we were on like maybe day 2, and his seizures were getting worse. And they admitted him into the pediatric ICU. Well, mind you, I have 2 kids. So my daughter was about 11, give or take, and she was home because, he went from an ambulance from school. So a friend of mine owed me some money, not much, like $50. And I had asked because they lived around the corner. They had a 16-year-old who had a baby at the time. I just asked, can you send your daughter over at night so my baby's not home by herself? Because, as a single parent, I'm at the hospital by myself. And so long and short, I hadn't gone grocery shopping before I left work when I got the call that he was unresponsive. So we had no groceries at the house. So-called friend was like, oh, don't worry, I'll take her something to eat. And I was just like, well, you know what? You already owe me the money. You were supposed to pay me back. Why don't you just go give it to her? She could, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't live far from like a McDonald's or whatever. She could walk and go get her something to eat. Long and short, and this isn't even, like I said, my spouse or whatnot, but if we're close, we're somewhat family. When an emergency happens, you would think family would step in.
Right.
And I say that to say we are no longer friends. And she's like, oh, you stopped being my friend over a petty $50? No, bitch, I stopped being your friend under the principle that when I needed you, you didn't show up.
Right.
$50 was just the icing on the cake. But I say that to say when it comes to Cody and the fact that I don't even think Aspen and Leon were even out of high school yet. And for Aspen and McKelty to be calling mom while she's away on a trip, dad is literally across the street where there's also a fucking nanny, mind you.
Mm.
The fact that Truly was that dehydrated to where her kidney shut down and you couldn't even just go check on your kid. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem. But then to fast forward and the whole, and I know this is going to sound really messed up being a parent, but if he didn't give a fuck about Truly, who was 3 damn near at the time, he damn sure isn't giving a fuck about Leon, who's getting ready to go off to college when all this is going on with, you know, Mary and the catfisher.
Mm-hmm.
So if he didn't care about one's health, he damn sure ain't giving a damn about the safety of none of his kids. Whether it was a genuine concern, like if this threat was really real, let's just call a spade a spade. He didn't care. As long as Robin and her kids were safe, that's all Cody gave a damn about. And it's sad. Because if something were, because people crazy, you don't know what somebody might do. And yeah, you know, people who live in the suburbs all the time. I think it's a story that was just in the news right before the holidays of like a dentist. I don't remember what city it was in, but they found him and her unalived and like they little kids just chilling in the house when their bodies had been there for a few days. And they lived in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, things happen to people in nice neighborhoods all the time. And the fact that he just, I don't know, that whole thing. I'm still not through the whole book. I'm about a quarter way through, and it's a hard to read. And like I said from the gate, just to even see that the book was written in Sam Cooper's name was diabolical to me. I was like, yeah, that's some crazy shit. That's psychotic. Yeah. But to know like how, and I close up. Don't get me wrong. When I go through things, I get quiet, so I don't go off on people. And so for Mary's excuse of, in some weird way, I'm trying to protect my family by not saying nothing, it didn't make sense to me. And that's the part where I'm utterly confused. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I'm on Mary's side. Like, I feel like, hell, if Sam was real, I was rooting for her. Go get you some. Like, hey, leave Cody. Do what you got to do. But the fact that you're seeing that there's red flags and threats and you've had these different people in and out your house and you not telling nobody, that's a problem.
Right.
But that's where I sit with it.
No, I agree. I'm in that same boat. I was hoping he was real too, because I was like, if dude is real, you know, be out. That's what I was saying earlier when I was talking to Sharon, and she was saying that you know, Mary was kicking Cody. I was like, yeah, because he's ready to go. You know,
yeah, he's
ready to go. And I don't.
If Sam was real, she was out.
I was hoping dude was real. I'm kind of mad. I'm lightweight agitated that he wasn't real.
I mean, for her to try to sit up there and lie and say she wasn't going to leave Cody, I think we all know that was a bunch of BS, because she was. Her bags was packed. She was ready to go. And if Sam could have if somehow Jackie could have convinced her that Sam was real enough, like paid somebody to get on camera real quick, something, you know what I'm saying? She probably would have sold that house and been out.
Right.
And Jackie would have had the whole proceeds and they wouldn't have had to worry about her giving it to Cody and Robin, because it would have went to Jackie. But, you know, for her to be like, no, I wasn't going to leave my family. I was always here. No, Mary, you weren't, because, you know, it ended up being what it ended up being. But baby, you was on your way out the door, and I don't blame you. Right. I would have been on my way out the door too if I were you.
If anything, I'm kind of, to be honest with you, Mary, I'm more disappointed the fact you stayed as long as you did. Like, I'm not even mad that you was leaving. I'm just mad that you stayed as long as you did. So,
but let me peg you with a quick.
That's what I think.
Let me peg you with a quick question. And I understand the religion says what's endure to the end, suffer to the end. Like, do you think she stayed as long to try to prove, like, I'm in this still, I'm loyal to you, I ain't going nowhere?
Well, yeah, I think it was like multifaceted because I think her leaving or desire to leave, and then for it to blow up the way it did, it just reconfirmed all the bullshit that she grew up with. That,
Hmm.
if you try to leave, you'll be cursed and it won't be a union blessed by the Lord and this, that, and the other. And you're going to live a wicked, wretched life and you might die alone. So you're better off just suffering through. And they took that, like the negative experience that she had, and it turning out to be a catfish, none of it being real. It's not a genuine relationship, as proof positive that everything she had grew up with, suffering is a goal, and being able to deal with it is what you should be shooting for. She just took that as, oh, I guess, I have to learn this lesson. And that pisses me off too. Because
Well, I mean but that capped with what he already told her once they got to Vegas, which was, you're going to have to suffer for 20 years. Like,
right.
that would have been enough for me to be like, I'm over this bullshit. I'm out.
Yeah, I've already
But
especially if we not getting along as is, like, whoa, it's gonna get worse.
you've already
Yeah.
left me today. Like, you already said you wouldn't cross. What did she say in that clip? You wouldn't cross a bridge for me, or you wouldn't do something for me. Like, if I needed you to bring a ladder over, you wouldn't even do that. Like, so at the end of the day, you really didn't even have a husband.
Right.
You was just contributing to the family fund of a family that pretty much pushed you to the side.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole type of stupid to me. But again, I'm trying to give grace and hold back on how I really feel because I didn't grow up with that mindset. So I'm trying to envision what that is like, but I can't because my common sense kicks in well before that shit happens. And I'm like, yeah, it couldn't be me. Wouldn't be me.
Right.
But I'm going to let you go. I'll be in the chat.
All right. Thank you so much, Carmel Keys. I give you a little dab too. Bow. Bring it back.
Your age is showing, James. Stop dabbing.
I'm bringing it back. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord. Okay, you gonna transfer over from unk status to grandpa. Keep doing that.
You're right. We're gonna be a
Much
fro
love,
out
James.
against a bell bottom pants. It's gonna be on the popping.
Get it. I love it.
Polyester out.
All right, I'll see you in the chat. Appreciate you.
All right, no problem. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, I'm with Carmel Cuties. I get it, but I couldn't do it. Like, I don't want to be a dick about it, but it's just, the whole thing with, like, truly, I know, Christine supposedly waited years later with the whole Isabel stuff, but truly would have broke me out. Truly would have broke me out for sure. Like, I'm away and I'm trusting you. And from what I understood, that was the first time that Christine was actually away from Truly like that, because she was still relatively young. And I know, like, relationships have broken up before over shit that wasn't your fault. Stuff that isn't your fault. Like, your kid, gets hit by a car or, fall out of a tree or some shit. People have lost relationships over stuff that it was unforeseen. It was the kid was playing outside. They fell down, something bad happened and that break the marriage up. There's no way I could stay with somebody and I'm calling you and telling you shit going down and you telling me don't worry about it. Yeah, it's I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I somebody wrote too. It's a Wendy says, sorry, but your kids' well-being needs to come before your church, not your core beliefs, but any organization is bringing harm to your babies. And I get it. Like, it just right is right. Like, it just feels like right is right. Like, if a church told me, like, if a church leader said, James, if your wife called from out of town, you need to stay with your other wife because it's her night, and the child is sick, I couldn't do it. Like, I guess I'm gonna miss y'all. I'll miss the Sunday morning praise. I'm gonna miss y'all dance. Praise dancing. You know what I mean? The after services, buffet downstairs. I'm gonna miss that. But you're not gonna tell me I can't take care of my kids. And like even Brittany was saying, she said the same shit I was saying. Like y'all so scared about CPS showing up, but nobody give a fuck about like a baby is in the house and like it almost dies because you neglected that child. You don't think CPS is showing up? I sit here surprised to this day. I would be surprised if they never had somebody come out to the house. Like once you get to the hospital, doctors have a requirement. They have a reporting requirement. They have to report certain things. Anytime they see any type of abuse, neglect, or anything like that, they have to report that. It's not even a question. So there's no way that they got there like, yeah, this child is like dehydrated. Where were the parents? Nobody gave the baby something to drink. Like that's like your kids show up emaciated, like all skinny and stuff, and they calling somebody. You gonna have a meeting. I mean, hi, I'm Joe Blow from the hospital administrator. Like you talking to somebody. Well, do you let that child leave with your ass? But we're gonna bring Megatron up. Sarah, where'd you go? Megatron, what's going on?
What's going on, James? What's going on, my tech fam?
How you doing? How you doing?
Man, I am doing great. Just left the gym. I was like, I made it in time.
Okay. I see you still with it, still on that.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm up in there like swimwear.
All right.
Yes, but so while I was working out, I seen another channel. See, this is why, like my grandmama say, if you don't know what you're talking about, just be quiet. Okay? Because now we up here outraged on Mary's behalf. We up here calling for IRS audits and all the above for Mary. Why Mary on a little thing today talking about people should leave Janelle alone, give her grace. And I'm like, this motherfucker. This is why I don't try to come to people's defense because they go disappoint you.
Yeah.
The rage that I felt today really fueled my whole workout for the day. I actually worked out an extra 35 minutes just off pure rage alone.
Say burning energy.
Because it was like, you know what? If I don't work this off, my kids gonna catch hell when I get home. I'm mad at everybody now. And I'm just like, this person, like, what is it? What hold does these people have on? What do they have over her head? You can't be that naive and ignorant to the fact that these people have did you wrong for decades. I ain't talking about months, days, hours, decades worth of bullshit. And here you are, like the little lapdog that people called you. You still coming to their defense. Why? Why? Like sometimes people need to get their due karma. Janelle's just getting her karma. Cody's just getting his. Robert's just like, let them get what they're due and quit trying to interfere and block like you super saver hoe. Mary, what in the world? And Jen sitting right beside her, encouraging it. And I'm like, you know what, Lord, I can't do this no more. I'm not going to. This is insane. Yep. So for Jody, when Jody was feeling, I shouldn't have sent. No. See, this is why you should have sent it. This is why you should have sent it out, because these people get whatever. And you know what, James? I'm just at a point where I believe nothing from the show. This whole thing was a farce for money. This whole thing was, I don't believe anything on this show was genuine outside of Truly getting sick, Isabel needing surgery, and Big G. Everything else, I just don't even believe it no more. I don't believe none of these people. None of them. Because what possibly could they have over you to keep you still defending these people? And then I think that same video, what's the daughter, McKelty? She was up there defending. I don't think Robin was being malicious when she was trying to help. And then you got Tony, little frog-eyed ass up there co-signing and signifying. I say, you know what? I'm done with the whole lot of them. I don't care what happened to them. You could call me evil. You could call me mean, baby. I'm not gonna keep bothering the Lord praying for these people.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just not gonna do it.
He might answer back like, "Why do you keep calling me about these folks who don't care?" Like,
He finna look, like my
you
grandma
got
say,
no
he the
problem
Lord
with your
finna
own life.
yeah, like in your own life. The
Yeah.
Lord finna slap the back of my neck with his sandal and say, "You quit calling me." He about to act like an angry black mom, but trying to clean up. You know we have that rage clean up.
Yeah. Well, you can't sweep
It's
right.
one of those cleanups where you throw everything away. Mama,
Right.
that's my MacBook. I don't give a damn. It's in the floor. It's going in the trash.
Right. Well, it wasn't wet. It wasn't away, was it?
Right. You know what I mean? And I'm throwing the whole Brown family away. When I say everybody can get put in the dumpster, I mean, and I don't mean no regular cleaned up. I'm talking about one of them filthy, nasty ones in the apartment complexes. Throw all of them away. I have no empathy for these people anymore. I have no sympathy for these people anymore. I don't care. I'm sorry. I cannot do it. So, Jody, please don't feel bad for exposing the. I don't even believe the catfish. I think the whole thing was a lie. It was a setup. That's why everybody's story keep changing. Whatever. Get catfish. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a couple of people to try the catfish. Maybe they can get a trip to Disney out of the deal. I'm sick of all these people.
Well, because the crazy part is that, you know, because I remember somebody asked me, like, what would you do if you ran into him in the street? Nothing. Because
You know.
I get out there and get to acting a fool, and I turn around like, you gonna watch how you treat Christine. You gonna watch how you treat Janelle. You gonna watch how you treat Mary. And then when I'm getting my arraignment, they asses show up testifying for Cody.
See, again, I'm right there with you, James. Now I was the main one. Oh, I'm getting ready when I meet you. You know what? Hey, keep it going. I don't even care. If you don't care, I don't care.
Right.
If y'all don't care, I don't care. But I can't. My blood pressure, my heart rate, I can't do it no more. Hair's getting gray, and they just skipping along, holding hands, transferring money to each other's account. I don't got time for this.
Right. Right.
If I ain't getting paid, y'all leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's also part of the reason why I say too that, you know, when it comes down to it, that's why I don't really, because when I saw that on because I saw it on Facebook.
Okay.
On the in a Facebook group. And when I saw it, I was like, these mother. Okay. All right. Like, this is why I don't feel bad about talking about y'all shit. Because
Exactly.
put it out there, then it is what it is. Because you know what it is. And if you don't want to defend yourself, then why am I sitting there trying to jump through hoops and create excuses and scenarios where I can defend you? You know what I mean, you're not even trying to defend yourself. You said that Janelle would never do it. It's all good and gravy. Okay. Even though she admitted to doing the shit. But okay, I guess we just gonna pretend like she didn't say it.
One of those things is don't believe your eyes, but believe my lies type situation.
Right. Don't believe your lying eyes over me. Like what?
That part.
What?
I said, but yeah. I when I tell you the bubbles that were in my soul when I seen that video, I probably could have bench pressed a builder. I ain't even gonna lie, James. That's just how pissed off I was. I was hot. My trainer told my son, "Are you okay?" No, I'm not okay. Just let me work through this rage real quick.
Right.
I was done.
Got burned.
Yeah, because it was just a slap in the face to me, to your people that are really rallying behind you and wanting you to, you know, be treated better. And it's like you're protecting the bully. So me, it's no one is even bullying her at this point. Just call her ass out. You did some stupid shit. You got caught. Admit it. Like I said the other night, admit it. Stop covering for your people. But then too, you're never gonna stop covering for them. At this point, throw the whole family away, James. I'm Miss Linda. I'm like her. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Throw the whole clan away. All of them can go in the dumpster. Hell, truly, you ain't did nothing, but you can go too, just because you want to be with your folks. Go ahead on. All of them can go.
Damn, not the babies. Not the
pets. Put the plants in there. If you got roaches, Put them in there too. Everything with a pulse in that house, family can go. The
You know what?
in-laws too.
Because there's a point too where one of the things that always kind of low key annoyed me, especially because Mary was good for it. She would always talk about how she would be out and people would come up and talk to her or, criticize Cody or Robin for how they were treating Mary. And the fans would come up to Mary trying to support her. And then she would turn on the fans
Mm-hmm.
and say, like, oh, that's none of your business. You don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Good man, and blah, blah, blah. And sit there and argue with the fans who are trying to support her. So it's like, if you don't want their support, then don't
Get
be
your
mad
ass
when
off
they
the
not
show.
supporting you. Yeah.
Get off the show. And then see, that was Cody's go-to. You don't know me. You see 1 hour a week of my life, and you don't know me. Janelle's been saying the same sentiment. Oh, people don't really understand. People don't really know. Get y'all ass off our TV then. Because I pay for my damn TLC subscription. Well, technically I don't. But you know what I'm saying.
No, I got you.
Why you up there? I didn't
call.
call you and say make a show today. I didn't call you and say get on my show. No. You brought your funky ass up here for a paycheck. So now we finna talk about you. Do the video, James. Do it. Air these motherfuckers out. Air them out. Don't feel bad about doing it neither. Because this here is some, I don't know what kind of witchcraft sorcery these people practice, but this is wicked. This whole shebang is wicked. I'm finna get my holy oil and pray over all my TVs because I'm just abhorred. I'm abhorred here. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Air them out, call them out, make them look like the circus. If they want to be a part of the circus, make a clown out of them. I'm here for it. Let's drag them. And they watching the show because they try to subtly shout out my take, Robin, Cody, all of y'all. We know y'all are watching because everything that they talked about in that video that I saw, and you probably seen the same one. Say my take. Go ahead and say my take. Yeah, we talk shit about these people on this channel, and we're going to continue to as long as I have to pay to see them. Oh, people should give them
checks to be seen. How about that? Like
that part.
One of the things that annoyed the shit out of me is the fact that you sit there and try to pretend like you guys don't know me because you only see 1 hour of my life. That's what's available. 1, 2. If you're a horrible person and you doing horrible shit, I don't need to watch you brush your teeth. I don't need to know what you had for breakfast. If you go somewhere and you walk into a bar and you lay down 5 people, I don't need to know who you took to the prom and shit. Like, it just doesn't matter to me. Only thing I need to know is that you came into the bar this night and you was acting a fool and you laid some people out. That's all I need to know.
That's it. And also, James, it shows that if we only get an hour of your life a week and we can tell how trifling your ass is, something wrong.
Right.
Because we able to call you out for we able to pinpoint exactly what you are and how you are off of just 1 hour.
Right.
And that is concerning.
I even take it a step further. In your life, and I'm going to ask you direct, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but in your life, have you ever had a situation where anything like the shit they talk about on the Browns shit has happened to you? You know what I mean? Like, this is not normal stuff.
Yeah,
this is normal occurrences. Like, I've never had somebody who I trusted try to go behind my back and steal hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands.
And I'm going to sit there and be like, no, don't worry about it. That shit's normal. No, it's not normal.
No, it's not.
Normalize that.
James, I'm gonna be on the 100% transparent. I got a cousin that owed me $200, and I done threatened court papers. You finna go to court over my $200 because you're gonna give me my money back.
Right.
200. If I'm willing to go to court over 200, I act a pure donkey over 200,000 or more.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe y'all finna start putting people on T-shirts for $200,000.
That's what I'm saying. Still thinking of flour bringing up in there. You crazy?
200,000 plus more than that, baby. I'm talking about. There's no way. This is not normal. That's why I feel like this whole thing was just a farce. I don't know. Maybe Cody made all the wives sign some shit before the show even started to say everything is mine, money is mine. Like, because I just don't get it. He might have. They slinging these NDAs like left and right. Maybe he made them sign some shit saying you got to stay with me for at least 10 years and I get 75% of the show's earnings. I wouldn't put it past his ass to do that either.
Yeah.
They got to be on some paperwork somewhere, scared, because y'all scared to leave. You scared to ask for your money back. You scared. You're scared of everything. What in the kind of like I said, I know you got to go, James, but I'm done. Throw them all away. Mary, you get whatever you deserve. And so is the rest of them. I'm done. I'm done with it.
Said, go down there and sit with your friend.
You know,
go and sit with your friends.
Yeah. Like you got these people treating you like this, stealing from you, talking about you. I ain't even, yeah. But I'm like Linda, that's my story, James. I'm sticking to it. I'm just what that meme? You need to play the little thing. It's above me now, baby. This is above me.
Yeah, it's on
Yes, I'm through. That's it for the old gal. But like I said, I still tune in. I still hype up your videos. But I can't deal with these people no more.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
But thank you guys. Safe space. We still gonna make this meet and greet happen. So
there you go.
Meet and greet 2027.
I say on a cruise ship. Maybe we say
cruise. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right, now you take it easy, Megatron. Stay
all right,
girl. You're inspiring folks. You're inspiring
yes,
people.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good one.
All right, y'all.
All right. That was our Mega Fit Megatron in the house hitting that gym. Megatron is serious, girl. She had. We might be seeing Megatron on like the Mr. Olympia joint, just rocking them bilateral poses. You know, hitting that side pose, give him a little shoulder, take it away. Give him a little thigh, take it away. That's what's up. Yeah, we're gonna pull Sarah up. Sarah, what's going on? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, James. How are you?
Doing very well.
You know, Cody just never ceases to amaze me. You know, David said it correctly. He thinks of them as property, you know? But and I really think that when Mary finally left Cody, you know, it was not too long after her mom passed away that believed it in the AUB religion so much. And the fact that Christine left gave her permission to get out. What do you think on that one?
No, I think that's accurate. I think, like I said, I think that once Mary tried to leave, that was an example. And then when Christine was able to leave, that was also an example. And the fact that Mary's mother, because I think Mary's mom actually was a lot of the glue that held her into the family.
Yes.
Because she had mentioned it. Like she went to her mom before complaining about Cody, and her mom told her to go back and deal with it. So, you know, I do think that was part of the glue.
Yeah. Oh, hey, and if you ever do want to do a meet and greet, I know where you could do one. Right in Sturgis during the rally.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I ride a bike, so.
In fact, I even have a cousin with a business that's got a big parking lot and everything. That's right downtown Sturgis. And my cousin helps them run it during the Sturgis, and she's a big Sister Wife fan.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I remember I was watching. They used to have a show that would cover the rally. I don't know if you ever saw that. Like, there was a show to cover like the rally, and it was like a big bar, and they'd be like, "This is what goes into like just trying to make this happen for the week." And it was like, because it's such a big event.
Oh yeah, it's a huge event. Yeah, it actually that show actually the place burned down.
Oh wow!
And then it was Carrie. What was the name of that business across in Sturgis that burned down?
I don't remember why.
I just
Full Throttle.
Full Throttle.
Full Throttle. Yes.
It reopened up though.
Oh, they did reopen.
At a different location.
In a different location.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Full Throttle. Yeah, they had the cabins in there and stuff like that. And then there was a place across the street that was Full Throttle had to start charging for parking because they had free parking for their people, and people from across the street were coming over to park. But yeah, it's a huge event, and the hills are very beautiful. Our family even has a cabin over by Custer State Park.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
there
she's
were
tapped in.
yeah, so it's pretty cool, but I I I don't know and I think this would be kind of cool if the show if Sister Wives actually did it with after Garrison passed away, if they got a clairvoyant to come in, and do a reading. I think and put it on TV, that would be cool because I actually had an experience. I don't know if you know Tyler Henry. I went to one of his shows, and out
Mhm.
of 1,500 people, we got a reading. Our Aunt Rita came through, and my grandmother, and everything. It was just they knew stuff. He knew stuff that nobody else knew,
Wow.
and actually we had signs. He said you should look for signs, and before we even got the reading, there was a pineapple picture above my sister's bed in the hotel room. When my nieces have a thing about pineapples, like a sister thing, and
Mhm.
then we got all kinds of cool stuff. But I wonder what Garrison would say from beyond. You know,
They
I
might
won't.
not be able to take it.
Cody might not be able to take
The truth hurts, you know what I mean? The truth hurts.
and you think that he would actually take this good thing. He's still waiting for the kids to call. Why doesn't he pick up the phone and call his children? He's the
Right.
father. Even though his kids are grown, he's still a father. He's
Mhm.
responsible for. He couldn't even when Christine was working, and she was pregnant. He couldn't even and they lived in the same house. He couldn't even put the kids to bed. You know,
Right. Right.
I'm spending time with this wife. I don't have the time. Yeah, and she's working extra hours because she has a high risk pregnancy. She should have been working. Cody should have been the one working extra hours. She should have been home in bed.
Right. Well, make Robin's ass go to work.
Yeah, Robin. I don't think Robin has actually worked except for that failing business of hers, Sister Wife's Closet. And they could have gone so many ways with Sister Wife's Closet. They could have put T-shirts on there. The price. How many people are polygamous? I mean, you got to know your market.
Right.
They did. She had no clue, and the jewelry was ugly.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not even just the fact that people are polygamous, which is a good point, because you're dealing with such a small percentage of the community population. But even within that community, most of them live in secret. So
Yeah.
they're not going to walk around with jewelry signifying the fact that they're part of something that they consider to be illegal
Yep.
or society as a whole may deem immoral. Like nobody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You think they will actually make polygamy legal?
No, no. It's because the only way I could see it being done, like I did a video a little while ago where I talked about how, like, making a basic framework on how I think it could be done, but
Mhm.
it's so like it will require everybody so much buy-in from everybody, including the men who
Yep.
are involved with it, where they would have to give up so much autonomy, they would never do it. They would
Well,
never do it.
well, plus the fact of the matter is, they would actually also the women would have a percentage of everything, every
Right,
wife that he's married, plus all the children he produces. He's going to be required to um, pay child support if it doesn't work out, and they won't be able to collect food stamps because it'll all be one income.
right, right. Well,
Be-
it'd be so much income, and then you have the fact of like potential money earned.
Yeah,
So if they had like 15, 20 kids apiece, they might qualify, but you won't have the ability for people just to stay home. You
no,
know what I mean? Because I think under Bill Clinton, they passed the Bill Clinton and I forget the Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. They passed the work requirement for food assistance and for medical assistance. So you have
Right.
to have a job in order to qualify. So
Right.
there's no more like, oh, I'm just sitting in the house chilling and I just take care of babies all day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, no, no.
My
No, no,
sister.
no.
My sister has has done taxes. And it's like, hey, well, she's done other people's. She's a bookkeeper. She's very intelligent in accounting. Anyway, she'd see people that worked, maybe got a paycheck for the year of $300 or $400, and
Mm,
then we get a deduction, get a payback of $3,000 because they had a child,
right.
or the old game where,
Yeah, the child tax credit.
yep, the tax credit, child tax credit, or somebody would be on the system until their child was 2 years old, and then all of a sudden they get pregnant again and be on the system again. You
Right.
know, I am for the system. I am for getting people help, but there's people that actually take advantage of it. They know exactly to the penny what they can make before they lose their benefits
Right.
or any of their, if they
Well, I
have
would even because even with that, I'm gonna have to get ready to let you go. But even with that, I would say that I don't have a problem even with raising the limits
yeah,
because things are so expensive.
no,
But it's just I'm kind of in the same camp with you. I think that social assistance is best used if it's a hand up and not a hand out. So
correct.
if it's helping you to transition so that you can go from one space where you're having trouble to give you some stability so you can get to a place where you can take care of yourself and your family, I'm all for that. But I'm what I'm not for, and particularly is just you kind of using social assistance to supplement your paycheck or lack thereof. So if I'm not going to use my money for anything responsible because I'm getting money from the government to pay for my
Yeah,
housing or food, and therefore I could take my money and go play with it.
I
Like it's
don't.
just,
Yeah, I
I
don't.
think that's inappropriate.
I totally agree on it, on that. It's just there's a program out there called Voc Rehab where they help people with disabilities go out and get a job, so they're
Mhm.
getting off Social Security disability benefits, you know, and educating some people with college and stuff like that. That that of course to their abilities, but it helps put people to work, and
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Right,
That's a hand up, not a handout.
right, right.
You know.
Yeah, I think that people, because as you said, I'm a realist. Like it's expensive out here. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Oh yeah.
expensive out here, so I'm not taking nothing for granted. So I don't have an issue with people getting helped, the help they
No.
need. But it's just I don't. I'm not a big fan of people taking advantage of the system, but the system needs to be there. It's a safety net. It's not a guardrail to keep you on the
No.
road. You know what I mean?
No.
It's
Yes,
just how
it's
you
just like
do it.
we need the American Care Act. They call it Obamacare, but it's the
Mm,
American Care Act is the real name of it, and we need
mm,
it because there's so many people out there that need health care.
right. Right. Yeah, because those subsidies do help. And then the fact that like I'm yeah. I mean, we could get into that. Like that's a rabbit hole that
Oh yeah,
it'd be like a
you
3 hour
you have
conversation.
people going up and crazy. We'll stick to sister wives.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, because I definitely have opinions on that because I don't think that just real quick, I don't think that in the richest country in the history of the world, we should be in a situation where you work for 40 years to pay for a home only to give it away because you got old.
Right.
I don't
I
think that that's appropriate.
I know. I agree too. When this after the sister wives everything is done and people stop talking about, you should do a let's talk chat talk.
Mm.
You have my take on reality. You could have let's talk about it. You
No,
know.
that's an idea because Jody Periscala was actually pushing for something very similar, and I have some things in the queue that I wanted to do that are that aren't sister wives specifically related, but uh they're different issues or topics to discuss that I think might help some folks if
But
people who need help. But yeah, yeah.
I think it would be a great thing you do that or what's up. What's going on.
Mm.
in the world type of thing.
Right. Yeah, just dig into it. But I appreciate your call. Thank you
Yep.
so much, Sarah.
You bet. You take
Lovely
care,
talking
James.
to you. You stay out of trouble. Tell your
Oh,
husband I
I'll
said
try.
hello. Full throttle. He gave the correct answer. Ding ding. That was the show I was watching. I used to watch that. I used to be amazed. I was like, I gotta get down there and get my bike over there somehow.
Oh, you should. Yeah, you definitely should come down to Sturgis, and if you want to do a meet and greet, you can you can email me at zoe57501.gmail.com, and I can get you all hooked up.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Is it Zoe at 57501@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You
Appreciate
bet.
it.
Take care.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Awesomeness. So might have a meeting place, y'all. Might see me on my hog. Kathy Fran said exactly what I was saying. Jake, show me a soda. James on his hog. Cody is so jealous. Yeah, yeah, right. Riding down there, smiling, having a good time. And people actually like me. It'd be great. Next up, we have Janet. Janet, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, James, what's up?
Not much. Enjoying life. How's life treating you?
It's not too bad. How about you?
Doing excellent.
Good,
Probably
good.
better
I'm
than I
excited.
deserve, but I'll take it.
Oh no, you deserve it all.
Thank
I just wanted to say I appreciated what Brittany, not Brittany, and sorry, and Carmel Cuties were saying about I had brought up about the Truly thing, and the fact that like the Robin and Cody weren't crying and stuff, and I
you.
appreciated what they say, and I think it was Brittany, not Brittany, who had said she was pretty sure that the reason that Robin and Cody weren't crying was because she was mad that Christine aired the moat, and I agree completely. But yeah, to get to another like throwback to an old episode, because I didn't watch all these episodes like back in the day, so sometimes I rewatch stuff just to get the details. But anyway, when they were having the commitment ceremony and Maddie kind of piped up, and she was just trying to fuck with Robin, I think, but like she's like, do we have to sign this? Because they had the family mission statement and stuff. Do we have to sign this if we don't agree? And like you see Robin's mask slip. I mean, she probably doesn't see it as her mask slipping because it's not the only time she would do stuff like this. But she's like, "Are you serious?" And then she's like, if they don't, fine. If you don't agree, because Cody's like, if you don't agree, then you don't have to sign it. And then she's like, if you don't have to sign it, then you can move out.
Right.
And I was like, "Bitch, what? That is not your child. Like that
And it's not your
is
house.
yeah, it's definitely not your house, and you don't have a job. So
Right.
the fact that you felt okay saying that, I don't care how mad you were, I don't care how frustrated you were because you want everybody to be a family. And it pissed me off so much. And I think I yelled at the screen and I was like, what the fuck? So I personally, like, I'm petty. I love seeing those moments where you can see those things come out, like when Cody and Robin like say stuff and do stuff like that. And with Robin, especially because they're presenting her a lot as the shy, pretty wife. You know, like she's presented in like this way that she came into the family cap in hand and everything, and that's what Cody says. And you don't see her look really bad because of the editing, but I feel like you see moments like that and you're like, okay, like I don't have kids. There is no fucking way that if I married into a family who never married a guy who had kids or stuff, like there's no way that I would be saying stuff like that. Not to an almost grown child, too.
Right.
She has the right to feel however she does. You just came into her life like 5 minutes ago. Like, calm down. So I love seeing little moments like that. And I just like talking about them, I think, just because it shows how stupid Robin is. But the second thing I wanted to talk about real quick was I'm just sorry I have undiagnosed ADHD. I ran out of my head for a second there. Oh gosh, now I don't remember. Sorry. Just give me a sec. You talk about something and then it'll come to me, I promise.
Right. Well, I would just say that, like, with regard to the permission structure that Robin is setting up. She set herself
Yeah.
up as the ultimate authority. So it
Yeah.
wasn't even like, oh, well, we need to talk to the mothers and have a discussion. She said
Yeah.
with finality that Janelle's daughter was going to have to move out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would have been
Crazy.
like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? What?
You just
Okay,
don't do
what?
that.
Yeah, yeah. You have to. Oh, you got one more time. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not
Sir, what did
tripping.
you say?
I be tripping and shit. Sometimes I just be making stuff. What did you say? Say it one more time so that way I can
Yeah.
hear you say it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, your magic is now I remember, but like I appreciate it. I didn't only want to hear your take on it just so I could remember, but
Right.
like
No.
that was just wild. The second thing I was thinking of, and it's about like I thought everything you were saying the other night when you were talking Sunday night, right? About everything with Mary and the catfishing and stuff. I really appreciated what you were saying because people kind of feel however they want to about Mary, but like it is bullying. It's like what they're
Mm,
doing with this shit and bringing it up like this over and over again. I think another caller brought up the fact Robin and Cody, like, they can refuse to talk about stuff.
right.
But they keep bringing this up about Mary, and the thing about the catfish is that, like, I've heard that there's, like, a picture of Mary, like, we all know that that's out there. I haven't looked it up myself personally, I'm not
Yeah.
interested in
Yeah.
seeing that, but, like, to me, that falls in the category of revenge porn and why that's
Yeah.
illegal, and I understand she's not naked, so it probably wouldn't be, like, treated exactly the same, but it makes me really upset because the whole reason that people are like that didn't used to get prosecuted. Guys could show release pictures of their girlfriend, their ex-girlfriend as revenge. And there was that whole like Girls Gone Wild and that piece of shit who used to run that and basically taking drunk girls and like filming them and then like blackmailing them and stuff like that. That whole thing, like that was a huge change when revenge porn came to the point where it was being prosecuted.
Right.
And I understand that this isn't quite maybe in that category. Like I don't know what other pictures were there, but what happened to Mary is like bringing it up and over and over again and trying to make her feel bad is to me like, would you do that if somebody like someone's boyfriend had revenge porn of them? Like she like I just feel like it's in that category and the way it's treated is weird.
No, no. I mean, I think that it's inappropriate because again, I stand on the fact that, and I've never heard anybody say this before, and I 100% take credit for it. So if Sam want to come at somebody, come at me, or Lindsay, or Jackie Overton, or whoever you are today, like the dealer's choice out of the 52 face cards you got, whoever want to come at me. But if Sam Cooper, if he was a real person, which he's not, but if he was a real person, it befuddles me that we spend so much time over the years talking about the catfish, but nobody has insisted that Sam Cooper come out and give an interview.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if you can pass off private and intimate pictures, emails, and communications about somebody, videos and things of that nature that they
Yeah.
sent you, you should be able to put your face out too.
100%.
You know,
100%.
like and I completely agree. Like if it would never occur to me that if I had something of that nature and I had a disagreement with a partner, not even my wife, but a previous partner, if I had a
Mhm.
disagreement with them and they did have done the most horrendous thing, it would never occur to me to release pictures, photographs, messages, or things of a sexually charged, intimate, private nature
Yeah.
because I want to get back at them. Like that's a tremendous character flaw. It's a tremendous character flaw because to me, it's a violation.
It's a huge violation,
No.
and if you're intimate with somebody and you do that, you deserve, like, to have something happen to you because that didn't used to be illegal, and like I
Mm,
said, I'm not saying that what happened to Mary could necessarily be, like, categorized as illegal, but, like, the whole reason that, like, that was, like, a thing was because it was happening all the time and we couldn't count on people to be decent. It was happening, and until it became something that you could be punished for, it
right.
was worse, right? Like, I guess, I don't have statistics on it, but, like, the fact that, like, there's actually consequences for doing that, I mean, that's not how I'm Gen X, and I think you are too, like,
Yes.
that's definitely not how it used to be,
Right.
and
Well, you know
I've
what?
seen a
Because even reaching back into my file, the truth of it is that the bare bones reality of that situation is that it was built off of a It was built off an institution of misogyny, which
Mhm.
looked at it as if you were a dirty birdie girl who
Yep.
took pictures that were inappropriate,
You got what you
then you
deserve.
deserve whatever happened to you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's kind of, it comes from the same place of like, if you go out on a date, because I also remember when date assault
Mhm.
became a thing where it was considered illegal for real. Not,
Yep.
technically it's always been on the books, but it was never really prosecuted.
Especially not if you're married.
Right. Marital was even, that was a whole separate thing. But like just going out on a date with somebody, you guys, she agreed to it, and then she just changed her mind because she felt guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the only way they really considered it that way, you'd have to be walking down the street, somebody have to knock you in the head and pull you into an
Yep.
alley and do
Mhm.
you. But it couldn't be acquaintance. I gotta be careful what I say because this damn YouTube algorithm. But it couldn't be
The way you said it's
acquaintance
fine, I think. Yeah.
assault. It couldn't
Mhm.
be marital assault. Forget about it. I
Yeah, right.
remember when PFAs, that's the thing. Like people look at these laws and assume that they've always been that way, but a lot
Yeah.
of these laws didn't start taking effect until the 90s, like the
Yeah.
mid 90s, where you had like the stalking laws, like protection from abuse orders, restraining
Mhm.
orders that are put against husbands. I remember there was a time when husbands could, they could get handsy and the police could show up and the wife or the partner could be standing there drenched in blood. And the police asked the man, do you want to take a walk around the block to cool off? And he would walk around the block and come
Yep.
back and do whatever. So, I mean, these are all new things. And from that same place came the idea that if you took pictures of yourself that were inappropriate and sent them to somebody, then you weren't worth or worthy of the state's protection.
Yeah,
Is the
you
way they
shouldn't have
look.
done that. So that if you
Right.
didn't do that, you wouldn't be in this situation. Very
Right. Exactly.
victim blamey. And it's like, yep, sure, like maybe it's a good advice to like be careful who you send those pictures to, sure.
Right.
But like
Absolutely.
at the same time though, like that's not bad advice, but it doesn't change the fact that like you're not holding accountable somebody who did something horrible. Do we want a society full of people who would do that to someone? No. So yeah, like it's to me, it's like blaming the victim for shit. It's like, okay, like, would you like to take some extra preventative measures to make sure that hasn't happened to you? Sure, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but
Mhm.
like, it doesn't change the fact that like, if somebody does that to somebody, it's that person who did it. Like,
Right.
like that's a problem, and it should have consequences. And I just feel like whenever it's brought up, it's like brought up same thing with Mary only having one kid. It's like you shouldn't have the same amount of the house and you shouldn't like, well, you only have one kid, so your house shouldn't be 7 bedrooms. I'm like in the minority there, but I actually have zero problem with the fact that her house costs like just the same or more than anybody else's because she also didn't have 6 kids pulling resources. Sorry, I understand that that probably sounds really like shitty, but it's like yeah, like she contributed probably more than equally over the years compared to somebody like Robin, and it's like and they always like to bring up the fact, like, just drive the knife in the kidney, like, just drive it in more that, "Yeah, but you only had 1 kid, so you shouldn't have a house this big." I actually completely disagree. If she's putting in equally, it's like she could have had 6 kids, she just didn't. So if she doesn't have 6 kids, that means that's 5 less kids that are needing food and clothing and everything else they need. So why the fuck can't she have a bigger house? She's not pulling as many resources for kids she doesn't have. Anyway, I don't wanna take up all your time, but that's just that drives me insane, and I know I'm in the minority both thinking that, like, "Oh, she didn't need that big of a house." Who fucking cares what she needed? She could have had she d it's not like, if she woulda had 6 kids, then she woulda deserved it? I don't
Well, I
know.
think that because I think that the subtle difference for me is
Mm,
if you have, if the family is struggling,
yes.
right, and kids are hungry, and then you have one
Yes.
wife who's sitting around, going out to eat and living in a big old house because she only has one child, I
Yeah,
think that could be a conversation.
I
But
agree.
I think
I
that it's
agree.
completely separate. If we're
Yes.
all sitting there making 6 figures apiece, Why am I, living in a 1-bedroom studio apartment and we have the money to put, I
Yeah.
could have nice things. And it's
Yes.
not like they were asking her to make these sacrifices so that we can provide for the kids who need. You guys were buying Rolexes. You were
Yeah.
buying luxury sports cars with convertible tops. You were buying
Yes.
additional vehicles. You were leasing vehicles. You were doing all kinds of extra shit. So I don't understand why I can't get what I want. If
Yeah.
you're getting what you want just because you have more kids.
I
That's
don't think
where
they
the
should have
shit
brought
gets
in the
tricky.
extra kid things. Exactly. Like I agree. Like you and your one kid probably shouldn't be living lap in luxury if you're in true polygamy and that you're a family altogether. 100% agree that you shouldn't have people eating moldy bread and stuff. 100%. But constantly bringing up the fact that she didn't have as many kids and that's why she should have a smaller this and that. I
Right.
mean, in the cul-de-sac, I would also argue that they wouldn't have been able to have a house that was a 2-bedroom house that would have been like built like I don't know, like to me it's kind of irrelevant that like the house had 5 bedrooms versus 2 bedrooms. It's like I don't know. I think where they were building it just the house was probably going to be a similar size to the other
Right,
houses.
right. I mean, it's a model. They have
Right, yeah.
they basically have if you ever seen it, like, because we have those developments around where I live. And
Yeah, no.
all it is, they basically have, do you want there might be a variance. The houses are roughly about the same size. There are bigger versions of a house, smaller versions of a house.
Mhm.
They're all roughly about the same size. And the only real difference might be, do you want your dining room in the front of the house across from the living room, or do you want it in the back across from the family room?
Right.
Like stupid shit like
Yeah.
that. Like, it's not
It'd
like
look
those
weird if there
McMansions
was
are
like a
pretty, like,
tiny house like next to
yeah,
all the
they're
big
cookie cutters.
houses.
So it's not like they out there like,
Yeah.
oh, well, what do you envision? Like, that's not a conversation you have with a cookie cutter house.
Yeah, just a way for Cody to throw all like the crap on Mary because she was such a monster and like she was always complaining and she was not interesting to live with and blah blah blah. It's like shut up, like,
Right,
shut the
right.
hell up, Cody. But
Well,
anyway, I don't want to keep for too long because I know that other people need to talk. Ah, sorry, this headphone fell out of my ear. I just wanted to say also I don't think that you would necessarily do it, but if you would consider sometime in the future if there's any way you would have a Patreon where you could actually watch some of these episodes and we could react to them together, like a bunch of us, I think that would be really fun. And I don't know if it's something you'd be willing to do. And I know the Sister Wives is frustrating and like, but it's just, I think it would be really funny to like have a reaction, like live reaction to it, to the shows. And I know you can't do it on YouTube. Second, I could listen to Megatron talk like literally all day. And you too, obviously. But like, oh my god, like whenever she's talking, like she's so fucking funny. And I agree with everything she said and marriage and I'll better look out. But yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do. Thank you for listening. I didn't mean to take more than 5 minutes. I usually do. And I'm just gonna get off so that you can talk to somebody else. But I appreciate you. Thank you
all
for
right. Well,
listening.
thank you, Jen. I appreciate you calling in. You have a
Thank you.
fantastic rest of your evening.
You too.
All right. Bye. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Yeah, I mean, Janet brings up some good points. And there was actually hold on, one person, the Jam just said something. Yeah, the Jam said when you're in a HOA neighborhood, homeowners association, you have certain styles and requirements of square footage. Not only do you have in some HOAs, not only do you have certain requirements as far as how big your house is and the presentation of your house, but you also have like, you know, how you keep your yard. In some cases, what color you can paint your house, what color you can paint, like if you have the decorative like shades or whatever, what color you can paint those, the doors. Like I think you have to have certain approvals as far as like doors and things you put on your houses, garages, that kind of thing, because they want a lot of it to look uniform and neat within the HOA. So a lot of it has to fall into the same bucket. It also just depends on how deep your HOA goes. So yeah, she's right. She's right. And like I said, if you work with a builder for a lot of these McMansion houses, they're not gonna maybe. And that was, I guess, what I was thinking with Janet. Unironically, maybe that was Cody's way of saying, I don't want you living in a cul-de-sac. Because if she was supposed to move into like a 2-bedroom house, they don't offer 2-bedroom houses. So she'd have to live around the corner. She couldn't live in that little place. You know what I mean? You know, is it like I want a 2-bedroom? Well, you got to build that around that's across the tracks. Like we don't have 2-bedroom houses. We have 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom homes. The situation, the layouts may be a little different. Maybe we could do something as far as like I think Christine, when she came in, instead of having a living room area, they turned her living room area into a library. In some cases, those homes, they have like a office that's right there. When you come in, you hit that left, there's an office setting there. So, I mean, that's maybe something you could say, but you can't tell them like, yeah, I don't want that wall. I want this to go out another 2,000 feet. I want you to put another layer on the house. Like, no, we have approvals for these plans. These are our plans. Pick one of these. It'd be like going into McDonald's, like, you know what I mean? I would like some Kentucky Fried Chicken, please. You know? I would like some pizza, please. You can do it. I'll teach you how. Yeah, Kathy Ferran said today, tell her what color she can stain her fence. Yeah, it can get gritty. They can tell you what color you can stain your fence, if you can have a fence, what kind of fence you can have, whether it's wrought iron, whether it's the material, wood, or I forget, the Tyvek, I think it's called. They could tell you that. And there's been places where they've told people they had to take their shit down. Like, could you imagine putting out $10,000 for a fence to cover your property, and then the HOA lady come by and knock on your door, tell you got to take it down, and for every day it's not down, they're gonna send you a fine? You know, and you always hear like the nightmare scenarios. We have the HOA people who are like these power hungry lunatics. They got nothing better to do. Come around and harass you about what time you taking your trash down. Yesterday, here in the neighborhood, in the hood as we call it, we don't take our trash cans down till after 6, and then once the cans are picked up, they have to be removed promptly by 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. If not, that's a fine. And then you come out 8:05. She's standing on your sidewalk with a clipboard, putting something in your mailbox. You know what I mean? So yeah, the HOAs can be rough, baby. Megatron with the $5 super chat said, we are the first that's been catfish this whole time. The way this show and family have lied, cheated, and stole should be studied in school. No way this is legal. Yeah. It's a TV show. They just trying to be themselves. Don't be angry, Megatron. They just trying to provide entertainments. And that's the thing. Like, and that kind of goes to what I was saying about like the catfish stuff. Like I was saying it on Sunday. The catfish thing is relevant because the Brown family put themselves out as an example of how polygamy was to work. And so if you have somebody who's supposedly giving you financial advice and you find out that they bankrupt and they're about 2 steps ahead of like the Broke Nose Tony and that crew because they got tied in with some loan sharks, I don't want that guy giving me legal advice on how I should be doing my money, But that's basically what the Browns were doing, like from season 1, episode 1. So yeah, the catfish thing is relevant. So, but thank you so much, Megatron. I appreciate you. Then we had Megatron once again in the house with the $20 super chat. Said, when Marion McKelty say nobody should be a villain, let me know the Brown family is watching us, My Take on Reality is the only show that has a video talking about interchanging villains of the show. Say your name, My Take on Reality. We will not be silenced. That's right. That's right. Okay, so they I didn't hear them use that term. Okay. Nobody should be a villain. Isn't that special? Oh, bless your heart. Nobody should be a villain. Ain't that sweet? Oh, we're not villains. We're just people who are just being people. My favorite freaking excuse. I'm just a human doing human things. And as a human, I'm not perfect. First of all, nobody thought you was anything but a human. Second of all, I never made the assertion that you were perfect. That's not a standard that I held for you. So miss me with that shit because I never thought you were perfect. And I never assumed that you were anything but human. But see, being a human, you experience human things. And part of humanity is not just you making mistakes, but it's also you having integrity. See, because as human beings, we are different. I know we like to do these comparisons between human beings and animals in the wild animal kingdom. The truth of the matter is we are different than animals. Animals don't have integrity, honor, character, pride. They don't have these things. They have survival instincts. They act off of their nature. We're supposed to be acting off of our intellect. If a species walks through, and whether it's sights, pheromones, whatever the case may be, that allows the other gender of that species to know that they open for business, they could jump right on their back and get it. We don't do that. You have decisions that you can make. That's why I don't do that. Oh, it was a mistake. I done messed up. No, you made choices. See, here, being a human is you having choices. You having the ability to choose. So, miss me with all the bullshit. If you act villainously, I'm gonna call you a villain. And they will. And the truth of the matter is, y'all, you look, McKelty Mary, God bless y'all. I understand what you're trying to do. I think it's notable that you're trying to be as gracious as you're trying to be. And that's me being very generous with this assessment. But here's the thing. Just because you don't want to play the game doesn't mean the game ain't being played, baby. Let me say that one more again. Just because you don't want to play the game don't mean the game's not being played. You can sit there and play we're all just good people all you want. I am telling you, in order for you to sustain this show, somebody's going to have to be the good guy. Somebody's going to have to be the bad guy. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I just play by them. 2, Cody and Robin are tired of being the bad guys. So somebody's going to have to take their space. Somebody's got to take their spot. So you can sit there and pretend like, oh, no, we just going to all look out for each other. We all going to be friends. All you want, and your ass is going to be the ones who are in the bad guys' positions. Because let's face it, the shit that we know about Janelle is giving her a hard time and she's getting her feelings hurt. That shit that Cody talked about. That shit that Robin brought up. Janelle didn't bring that up. Cody brought that up. The catfish shit. Talking about Mary cheating. Who brought that up? Was that Mary? Mary came out and was like, I was cheating. I was trying to get that big old thing from Sam Cooper, trying to get him to blow my back out. She didn't say that shit. Cody said that. Cody and Robin said she was committing an affair. She was committing adultery. That's not somebody looking out for you, trying to make everybody friendly, and nobody's a villain. When Cody got on screen season 19, and all but said that Janelle was committing, was cooking the books and stealing money, he was calling her a villain. He was calling her a villain. Just because the shit didn't take, you don't give them credit because it didn't work. That's dodo shit. If I'm walking down the street and somebody try to hit me with their car and I step up on the sidewalk, they hit the curb and they miss me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, mistakes happen. We all human and shit. Nobody's the villain. No, that ass tried to get me. They tried to get me. I'm not gonna ignore it because it didn't work. I'm more insulted because it didn't work. Like my man Omar said, like it goes back to I want to say it was King Lear, but it wasn't. If you take a shot at the king, don't miss. Okay? Y'all built different. Y'all built different. Y'all built different. Because if you take a shot at me, if you get on TV and say that I'm a damn thief, you better be ready for all the smoke. You better be ready for all the smoke. And when I say that shit, I mean that shit. Whatever you thought you was going to do to me, you assume in your mind that I'm going to do the same shit to you, just more of it. Okay? I'm going to do more of it. So no, you don't get to call me, get on TV and be like, yeah, James was the one dealing with the money. You know, the money turned up missing, came up short. James. I don't know. And I had to go in. Cody, quote unquote, season 19. Money turned up missing from the family fund. Janelle was in charge of the family fund. And did I tell you there was some bills that ain't get paid? So he's saying that you had access to the money came up short, and the shit you were supposed to be doing with the money, you didn't even do that. So you must have took the money for yourself. That's the logical conclusion of what he said. But of course, he's not saying that you're a villain. It's just me, the content creator, saying that. I'm pulling it out of whole cloth because it's easy. You better look, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Because like Megatron said, y'all gonna come at me, y'all gonna come at my people, and you gonna say some wild stuff. I'm not gonna do the I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt shit. Look, stop being dumb. Stop being dumb. Okay, that shit is dumb. We can sit there, oh, you know, that's not the way they was raised. Okay, the way they was raised made them dumb. That shit is dumb. Because look, there's people sitting in prison just like that. I had no idea. I just signed the paper. I thought we was all friends. That's the way I was raised. No. Sorry. Got a little animated. Apologies. I feel you, Megatron. Nobody should be a villain. Okay. Nobody should be a villain. Quit the show. Because I don't want to watch your home movies. Nobody should be a villain. I don't want to watch your home movies. We're all just getting along. It's great. We're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers. And Cody come out. I just got like 2-inch steaks and I'm going to throw them on the grill and burn them the fuck up. Yeah. Nobody watching that show. Why does your show work? Get with it. Get with it. Get it. Jump in or jump out. I mean, you like that kid. Girls out there on the sidewalk doing double dutch. You that kid to jump into the ropes and don't jump. Just get your legs swatted up. Swat. What you doing? Step back out. Catch the timing. Jump in. Start jumping. Try to keep the ropes from hitting your legs. This dummy jump back out. Jump in. Swat. You ain't doing it. I don't feel like we should exert ourselves with extraneous exercises. We should be able to enjoy the double dutch just by jumping in the ropes. That's the game, dummy. You got to jump when you jump in the damn ropes. That's the game. I feel like when we play jacks, we should not have to bounce the ball and try to pick up the jacks, 1Zs, 2Zs, 3Zs. We should not have to do that. I don't like counting. Then you just throwing the ball away. Play the game. I don't know. I don't know. And it's like, you know what? And if I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even mad because they say something about me. I could give a shit less. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna shut me up. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. But what I don't like is if I got people on my channel and they say some things, y'all trying to shut people down. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I recognize that there are people, content creators. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. James on this. Don't give a fuck. I must be sick. I recognize that there are content creators who will soft shoe this situation with y'all. That they want you to come on the show, y'all say some wild stuff, they don't say nothing back, or they saw, okay, you right, oh, again, you so smart, and all that shit because they want you to come on the show. Me, I could care less. I could care less. Let me say that one more again because I don't think they heard me. I could care less. You come on my show, great. You don't want to come on my show, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. And to be honest with you, if you're going to come on my show and try to bullshit me, or you're going to try to, stymie me with like dumbass, like little excuses and roundabout responses, you can miss me with that too. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my people's time. Because I operate from a place of integrity. So if you come on the show, I'll ask you real questions and we can have a real conversation. If you don't want to have a real conversation, ain't no point in me pretending like you're going to come on my shit anyway. It is what it is. So yeah, I don't regret saying, calling folks villains and them trying to switch people to be villains. I don't regret saying that y'all was basically the way you guys conducted yourselves. You were like baby mamas. I don't regret that. I think that shit is accurate. If you disagree with it, come on the show, disagree with it. And you don't have to do shots, like undercover shots. You can holler my name out, put my name in the streets, holler my name in the streets. I don't care. Clap it out loud. I mean, we just make it do what it do. That's how we get down over this way. That's how we get down over this way. We just make it do what it do. So, I mean, if you don't know me, check my record. Check my record. I've been on Sister Wife for 20 seasons. I've worked with people who have been in multi-billion-dollar franchise films, and I've given them a hard time. So this is light work to me. This is not, I know people have gone on and be like, oh, I've talked to them and I'm kind of starstruck. I'm not that one. I met people I've watched on TV since I was a young person. I don't want to holler no names out. That's kind of a douche shit to do. But I work with people who I've watched since I was a kid. I've worked with people who were in movies that were extremely popular. Talk to them like they regular people. We have regular conversations. I wasn't sitting there, oh my God, oh, you're a multi-platinum artist. You have millions of records sold. Oh, you work with Eminem, 50 Cent, and Limp Bizkit. Oh, you work with Redman. Oh. It is what it is. We have a conversation. We talk. They a man, I'm a man. We men together. It is what it is. So if you expecting some special treatment because you've been on TLC for 20 seasons, yeah. Megatron said, give us a clue. Jeff Goldblum won. Not Michael Jai White. Michael B. Jordan. I'm saying, like, come on now. We could do this. We could do this. You ain't the first. You're not even kind of the 10th most famous person. If you came on this show, you're not even the 10th most famous person I've talked to. Hell, not even the 40th. So, yeah. No intimidation this way. But thank you, Megatron. Holla! Yeah. being slick. Nobody asked me to film. Okay. Megatron announced the $2 super chat. Said, keep airing out these cons. My take on reality. They fivefold. Yeah, you're gonna mess around and find out, boy. Just you know. And I'm not even trying. Like, here's the crazy part. What kind of trips me out a little bit, I kind of get the low-key feeling like they're acting like I'm trying to be mean to them. I'm not even trying to be mean. That's the craziest shit to me. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be as gentle. I'm being gentle. Like, so if you guys are insulted by the shit I'm saying now, and I'm trying to be respectful and gentle, like, I don't know. Man. I don't know. Just saying. And all we doing is, all we're doing is we're simply saying that you have to be honest. I'm not even saying you got to go out and smash people. You got to burn down relationships or whatever. I'm just saying the only thing you owe them is honesty. If Cody is kicking your ass up between your shoulder blades, Mary, fucking say something. Janelle, if Cody is lying on you or Robin is lying on you, insulting your character, because let's be honest, who do you think, to Megatron's previous point, a point that Megatron has made on the members roundtable and I think a few other places, to her point, Janelle, talking directly to you, Janelle, Maddie, whoever's watching the show, or even Caleb, who do you think is going to hurt your business more in North Carolina? James from My Take on Reality, who's just merely making observations off of a show that I'm watching, or Cody Brown, Robin Brown, and then Mary's reaction when she's on the couch with Jen? Oh, nobody has to be a villain. I recall Jen sitting on the couch saying, I am so mad right now, ready to start crying. Who do you think is damaging your reputation more? And I'm going to leave it right there. That's just a rhetorical question. Do you think James from My Take on Reality is going to mess your business up? Or do you think your ex-husband and his wife and the people that you did financial business and transactions with, whom you had responsibilities for in a fiscal sense as far as the family is concerned, and they say that you stole money from them, who do you think is going to hurt your business more? Don't worry about James calling you a villain. You need to don't look outside, across the street, across the country. Look next door. Look at the people in your house. The call is coming from inside the house. Like, you mad at me because I'm pointing the shit out? Just saying. But thank you so much. Appreciate you, Nicola. We had Tanya Carter in the house. What's going on? Tanya Carter, Miss Carter. Cody and Robin were so scared of the threat of COVID around their kids, but a crazed catfish has scaled the cul-de-sac wall and no one says unsafe. You're right. COVID might kill everybody in the family, even though personally I do not believe COVID is real. But this catfisher dropping through the ceiling like his name is Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, hanging upside down, hanging up down, putting bugs in the damn chandeliers and shit. I'm not worried about him. The family should still be out there playing with the doors open in the cul-de-sac. What could go wrong? Good point. Miss Carter. Then we had Unlimited Lipstick Janet with the $2.79 super chat. Megatron for president. You got my vote, Megatron. There you go. And I could be a Secretary of Defense. Bernie Mac, you know what I mean? I forget the name of that movie with Chris Rock and Bernie Mac. Chris Rock became president. And Bernie Mac get off the train and they had all these lobbyists jumping out trying to get him. And he just walking through the damn train, just slapping the shit out of people. It's awesome. Like, we're trying to do the president a favor. Psh, get out of my way. We could give you some of this. Psh, get out of here with that craziness. Thank you so much, Janet. All right. And we'll jump over to the what happened to Bill? All right, pull Negla up. Hey Negla, how you doing?
Y'all stop it. Okay. I love y'all. Just so you know, when I tell you I love my MyTake family, y'all know it's fact. Number one, I was literally on here prepared to say something totally different, but somebody was like, Neglatron for president. I'm done with all of y'all. But it was Megatron that sent the super chat. You accidentally, I think probably because I was up next. That's all. But she sent the $20 super chat. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It was my sister. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She said first president. But that movie was Head of State.
Yeah.
But, yep. Oh, he was a mess. No, hold on. I had called in because look, I had went downstairs to have a peaceful evening, making spaghetti for my family. And when Megatron was talking, I was doing dishes too. You know what I mean? You know, kind of multitasking. Why did she have me scrub a hole through my sponge? Megatron, you owe me a Scotch Brite with green on the bottom and a yellow on the top. Y'all, this is just, you know, and everyone, no one has said anything that I disagree with. No one, not at all. I'm just, yeah. That like I know I got a timer, but I like literally clearly they don't care. They're not even pissing on our legs. They pissing in our head and it's not me. I'm looking up, I see you. Cat Williams, I've made this metaphor before. Cat Williams, he's like, did you know that I can see you? I see you right there doing, you in my face doing this. And you telling me it's not happening? Or you even telling me it's happening and and again, it's not political, but like, it's the same thing. And it's like, it's not us, because I'm not paying for the stuff. I watch Discovery Plus for a totally different reason. But, I do have it, and or TLC or whatever is one of the, things that comes with Discovery Plus. So that's why I watch it. I ain't paying extra. If I could pay, you know what? If you would give me a rebate to not watch that show, I would go for that. Otherwise, please send your money to My Take on Reality Nation. Okay. You feel me? Help sponsor our first reunion. Okay. That's all, our first meet and greet or whatever. That's right. All I'm saying. Yeah, I apologize. I've been a little absent. I've been a little, I am 48, about to be 49. And certain people during certain times, go through things. And so that's kind of why I've been a little in and out or what have you. But My Take, y'all know I love y'all.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But what did you think about the, did you have any additional thoughts on like the catfish stuff or anything like that?
God damn it. You know what? And I said GOT. I never say GOD. I say, God damn it. I never say that. But for the record, you allegedly got over it. If you didn't get over it, then leave her the F alone. If you didn't, I mean, if you did, then shut the hell up about it. Don't nobody give a damn. You had 5 or 4 wives.
Right.
You feel me? And yeah, that was in your face or whatever, but you was not paying attention to 3 of them, nor their kids. Remember, their kids. Not your kids, but their kids. So shut the hell up. And they all playing in our faces. And while I'm not defending Mary anymore, I really am not. I'm like totally it's like, bitch, I tried. Damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, try to be
James?
your friend, yeah.
James, you feel me? It's like, I tried, ma'am. I tried. And we can roll the tapes back. I really tried, but no. If you're not gonna do it for you, then what the hell do I look like? Literally, my son, he'll be 20. Well, anyway, he's in the mid-20s, right? This year. This dude still don't have a damn driver license. I'm not gonna keep taking it. Well, I never have, but you know what I mean? I'm not gonna take the damn test. You have to get your ass up and take the test.
Right.
And if you can't pass the vision, then get your ass up and look, I am 48. You are in your mid-20s, Nick, bro. Get your and do it yourself. I'm not going to defend nobody that won't defend themselves, is my point. So if you want to call me and ask me, hey, mom, you got extra, $10 for a list so I can get home from work? No, because your ass should have had, you have a car. I bought you 2 cars, matter of fact, but you never got your license. Weirdo. Same thing with Mary. You know what? I have been defending you balls to the walls. But you never stood up for yourself. It's always, oh, well, I give Janelle. Sorry, F that. James, I'm really not trying to get you, messed up on that. But I'm just like, F that. No, sis. I cannot rock with you no more. I'm good. Yes, I have a sympathy for your situation and all that. But you call me, you're going to get the little Google. Well, I don't even have a Google phone. I wish I had a call protector. Like, who is this? This is Mary from Sister Wise. The person you have reached is
no longer available.
I'm done. All of them. All of them. They've been pissing in people's mouths and telling them it's raining. And people are just still, not I said this fat black woman. No.
Yeah, I say no. Well, I mean, the whole thing is that, like I said, I will, because unironically enough, and I have to let you go, but unironically enough, I remember there was a time when I wanted somebody because I didn't like what they said about Big G. And they responded back and said, well, you do know that the AUB has a serious or significant problem with black folk, right?
Correct.
Make it racial.
That's true. They do.
They do. It's long standing. It's actually baked into the institution.
Which, what interesting fact, please don't divert, but interesting fact, my uncle is a Mormon minister. Literally, he is in California. But go ahead.
But the whole thing is that my position, even in response to that, has always been that may be true. I can't control what other people do and why they do it and how they do it.
Absolutely.
What I can control is what I do. And if I
how
see
you
something
respond.
is wrong, right? If I see something is wrong, I'm going to say that I think something is wrong, whether I like the people involved or not. And that's my position.
Agree.
Marrying them, like if the whole catfish situation come up, I have no problem. Like marrying them mad at me or whoever's mad at me, it is what it is. But I will call it wrong if I see that Cody and them are bullying her. I'll call that shit out, whether I like Mary or not.
Right.
It's irrelevant whether I like her. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just how I roll. But that's me. But y'all do what y'all need to do. If y'all want to, nobody's a villain, everybody's a good guy. That's fine. But just know that I call it like I see it.
That part. And that's what, and that's I guess, and I know my time is up, but I guess that's my point well, I've been making this point. You want me to pay you to show me your life, but then you want a bitch because I don't know everything about you and I haven't seen your full life. Well, then what the F were you on TV for?
Right.
I-
Well, man, that's kind of the thing too. Here's the secret of the sauce, because when they say that shit, here's my first response, and this has been my response. I don't comment on all of your life. I
Nope.
comment on what the parts that I see.
Absolutely.
So if you have more going on and there's more things that are happening, I get that and I can appreciate that. But that's not what I'm talking about.
And it's
I'm
your
talking about
responsibility to make me aware of that. If that, you know
Right.
what I mean? I can only go by what I see. No, like literally, I go downstairs, I see a mess. My son lives downstairs, right? I see a mess. Don't nobody live downstairs with my son, right? So I'm sorry. Who the hell else am I gonna blame? I'm not gonna blame my husband. My husband don't live downstairs. He lives in my room.
Mhm.
You feel me? So it's you doing it, and you're mad at us because we are commenting on what we see from what you have allowed us to see. Because you cannot tell me that they didn't get permission to, be able to do this, that, and show this, that. There have been events that they've had where they've said, "Please don't show this" and things like that. So don't tell me that. Don't piss in my mouth and tell me it's raining.
Right. Yeah. That's what it is. So
Anyway, brother.
Sorry y'all upset. Sorry, not sorry, but it is what
Right.
it is.
Right.
It is what it is.
Take
But
your
thank you-
little checks and then go off into obscurity and leave us the hell alone.
Right.
Because
Which
quite
that
frankly, that time slot could probably be taken up by something a little more,
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing too, is that you take it for granted, but you might
True.
find yourself on the wrong side of some shit.
Yep.
Yeah. But thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate
Oh,
you.
Jack said hi. Sorry, Jack said hi.
Oh,
My
tell
husband.
us what's going
Oh,
on.
hold on.
Hey,
Hi, James.
hey, how are you?
Hang in there.
And I
All right.
heard that
Yep.
both hands, right?
Yep.
It takes both hands to handle this. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Love you, my take family.
All right, have a
Love
good
you.
one.
Please, anybody and everybody that's in the chat, if you're not a member, please join. We have a party on Saturday, so just join and just help support the channel.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nagel.
Take care.
Okay. All right, we had a Zuzu in for a minute, but let me go back. I got to give Megatron our props. I didn't even realize I did that. I apologize, Megatron. Megatron with the $20 super chat from Megatron, not from Negla, from Megatron, but Negla be holding it down for a player too, so I'm no shade on that front. Yeah. I got to check that out. Mary and McKelty. Oh, now y'all joining together like the Super Wonder Twins. What? That's awesome. I get it. We just want to have happy times and try to make this money. I hear them talking now. We just try to make this money together. And it's all gravy until some shit happens. Because somebody going under the bus. Because that's the thing too. Like, even in your experiences, you tried to share, here's the crazy part. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong, and then I'll give Zuzu a chance to call back in. But correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a time when you folks sat around and said that you could share a husband? Wasn't there a time when you said that you guys could share a husband? Oh, you don't understand. We get together. We come together. It's no problem. We can share a husband. It's awesome. Let me tell you something. In some regards, trying to share money, trying to share fame, trying to share, and it's not even so much gobs and gobs of unlimited money, trying to share limited resource money. Because when push comes down to shove, there are going to be some people, especially now that you guys are 5 separate entities, Mary by herself, Christine by herself, Janelle by herself, Cody and Robin together, technically separate in their negotiations. But that's how it's seen, right? So at least 4 groups, maybe 5. In any production, you can negotiate so that you can make more than other people. You are not, just because you're on a show with somebody doesn't mean that everybody makes the same amount of money. It would be nice and fair and cute if everybody was pulling down the same amount of money, but you pull down more money if you can make more demand and you are in more demand on a show. If you can establish that the show needs you or requires you in order to function, or you play a more of a primary role on a show, you can negotiate more money. And I say all that to say this. You guys think that Cody and Robin are going to sit there and pretend like y'all working as hard as they are? Just asking for a friend. Because you're right, I don't know them. Y'all know them. I'm just saying, from what I saw on the show, the answer is no. They're going to go behind your back and try to get money off of them. And if they have to go behind your back, and in order to get that money, they have to say something to the effect of, look, Mary only got 1 child. She got a business. Plus, how much story is Mary really bringing up? When you look at the YouTube algorithms, if I was Cody and I was Cody's manager, this is the argument I would make for Cody and Robin. If you go into the YouTube algorithms, whose name gets more recognition? Who gets talked about more? And Cody and Robin are discussed in almost every situation scenario regarding sister wives. Even if you're talking about the OG3, in some form or fashion, you're always going back and talking about Cody and Robin. And Cody and Robin could make that a demand for them to get more money from TLC in their negotiations. It is what it is. It is what it is. And what's sad is, if you sit there and think that you guys are all in this shit together, everybody's in it together as long as the shit going good. Let me say that one more time. Everybody's in it together as long as it's going good. The second this shit starts to turn, the money starts getting lean, the production costs and stuff start coming down, and people start looking at ways to cut funds to try to save money here and there, and they start talking about like the salaries, they're going to turn on you. And here's the thing. We have watched you guys sit there and get shit on, then you make excuses. They piss on you, then you make excuses. They do whatever they want to do to you, you make excuses. Oh, forgive them. They don't know. Y'all don't know them. Oh, y'all just mad for no reason. Y'all need to mind your own business. Worry about your own little lives. I saw that where that's what got me all heated earlier. They were saying that people need to worry about their own little lives and mind their own little business or whatever. But you said have that position. My only thing is that when they betray you and they screw you over, keep that same damn energy. Don't be looking to the fans to come in there and argue and fuss and fight and create videos and shit, talking about how evil and wicked Cody and Robin are and how they need to, y'all need to get to court and I will come and testify for you because I'm on your side and I'm going to talk to the people at TLC and blah, blah, blah. Keep that same energy. Keep that same damn energy. That's all I'm saying. Like you especially like, because I've never been a fan. Like I work with people who, like I said, I've worked with people who are what I would consider to be genuine old time celebrities, A-list celebrities. I've seen them working, and to be honest with you, in my experience, some of the most successful people in the film industry and the entertainment industry are some of the most humble people you ever want to meet. Some of the nicest people you ever want to meet. Like, I mean, just off the top, Jeff Goldblum, this dude will stand out, take pictures, have conversations, and engage with people. Like it's you're the only person in the world. Like, you're the most important person in the room. Method Man, Cliff, I forget his last name, but Method Man. That's how I know him. I've seen him, like I've shown up to a place where he was at 5 a.m. We get there, which means that you get up about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, so that you can get to this place. And we will work until midnight, right? Sometimes a little later. And without fail, he would walk down to places where the extras and people like that background would be, stand there, have conversations with them, sign autographs, take pictures. Before and after a long ass work day, he did that shit, no problem, no complaints, every day. And we worked together for about, I want to say it was about a month, 2 months on a project. Every day, without hesitation, no complaint, happy to do it. And down there, have a ball with people, just laughing and joking, cracking up. That kind of person. What's that brother's name from Officer and the Gentleman? So I work with him too. Also a Pretty Woman. Richard Gere. Yeah, Richard Gere. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. Christopher Maloney from Law and Order Special Victims Unit, also in Superman and every other damn movie. Dude was cool as shit. Cool as shit. The guys from Billions. Cool as shit. And they'll talk, make room, make time to talk to people who aren't A-list celebrities too, aren't people that could help them in their career. They talk to people just because people are around. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? I remember we did, I don't get too much into it. I'm an asshole for that, but humble bragging. But I remember like we did we shoot in a courthouse for Billions, and I remember they sang Elton John songs because the background cast had been sitting there for a long time, and the primary people could leave and they would bring stand-in for us. And they came out, and because the background had sat there for so long, they started singing Elton John songs, damn Rocket Man and all kinds of shit, Tied and the Dancer, because they wanted to entertain them because they realized that they were sitting there. There's stories of like Bernie Mac doing that between sets where he'll get up and he'll talk to he'll do a full comedy set for background people. You know why? Because they respect not only the people that they work with, they respect the people that support them. And then for somebody to come out and start talking crazy about like you little people or pathetic people need to worry about your little lives and shit like that, it's crazy to me. This shit's crazy to me. Like, you are on TLC 20 seasons is impressive, but you're on TLC. I mean, I don't even want to be snobby that way, but it's just like, stop. Just saying. But we got Zuzu. What's going on, Zuzu? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
That's good. I finally watched the end of the show. It was boring.
Yeah.
Very boring. But I don't even understand why it was 4 parts. Like, that was just a waste of time and energy. But also, my thing is, I recently watched that interview that Mary was doing. Not interview, but I guess live with Jen and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get her. You claim that you won't be silenced. You don't want this, but you defend them every which turn. Like, there's no point. There's no point in you saying anything bad, because she contradicts herself every time. As soon as she says one thing, then she does like the complete opposite. It's frustrating.
Yeah. It's almost like
Also,
they testing you. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna do that and see how you react.
Oh yeah.
What your response is.
Man, her and McKelty. I Now I will say I believe McKelty is gonna be heavily featured on next season
Yeah.
because this last like before, the kids always kind of kept quiet. They didn't answer any questions. But if you noticed, the last couple of months, McKelty and Tony has been on every podcast basically out there except for yours.
Yeah. Yeah. They making rounds. They making rounds.
They're
for
making
sure.
real rounds. Like she just did one with Mel and Corey, and she's supposed to be either she was on the one with growing up polygamy or something like that. I feel like she's angling for her spotlight.
Mm.
Like if you notice, like she's coming doing all these tours, and she's answering more questions than Cody and Robin.
Right. Right. She's trying to get a name out there, trying to holler
Yeah.
name in the street.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't blame her for cashing in now because, like you said, this show is almost over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you could tell she's angling like she's either gonna be heavily featured on next season, or she's going to be. Abdul, get back in the shower. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Either she's gonna be heavily featured on next season, or she's like gonna get paid for them. I think the latter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she's trying. Like she's trying it. She's
Yeah.
trying it. And I like if she was really serious, they should have made that move much earlier.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I mean,
Hey,
should've made-
yeah, she should have made that earlier, but also I think she's trying to be relevant, but not. I don't quite get it. Like, I feel like she's angling to be like instead of them having a Sister Wives version, like kind of like they did with Counting On. Like I think she's looking for something like that kind of deal.
right.
Like how they did with like the Duggars. After they stopped doing the Duggars, then it was Jill and I think it was Jessa or somebody like that.
Yeah,
I think that's
trying
what
to
she's
get
angling
that.
for.
Yeah, yeah. I think she's
Yeah.
trying to get that spinoff action, which I'm not mad at you. Like I get it. I'm not mad at you for trying it, but
Yeah.
it might be a little late. Like that's
I
the
don't
only
think
thing
nobody
I would
want to see it. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
And you're already kind of at a deficit because your biggest problem is the fact that the only way you get a show, if the only way you get a show is if you are on there talking to or about your parents,
yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah. And the fact that she does the same answering like Mary and them do. They talk in a circle.
Right.
Because like on that interview, she was saying they asked her like, "How do you feel about is Robin manipulative for her?" And she was like, yeah, kinda, but I don't think she means to do it, but I'm like, no, you said yes, stick with that. She just talks herself in a circle, or she'll circle back and say, well, Robin might have been manipulating my dad, but I don't think she meant to do it because it was like she fell in love with him really. Like, no, she didn't fall in love. She fell in love with what y'all had,
Right.
know. But I did like she said she think that Robin fell in love with her dad and not with the family.
Right. Right.
I do like that she finally answered that. Like she finally was honest about that.
Well, how honest was that though? Because apparently, we don't know the whole life and the whole story. So
Oh yeah. I mean, on her next interview it's gonna change, but
right. That's what she is right now. Yeah.
That's
Right.
what she is right now, as of that interview.
Right.
And I see my time's up. And with Janelle though, really quickly, I think if Janelle is smart, she will distance herself from the show. Because if she wants Tater Farms to have any type of success, she has to distance herself.
Right.
Especially in the small town that she's in. Because the more she's on the show, the more people don't like her. if people don't like you, they're not gonna come to your business.
Right.
And you don't have people from Utah driving all the way there to, nobody driving across country to see Janelle. You're in a small town, you're not like in a big, heavily populated area of North Carolina. Like
Right.
you blink and you through Greenville really quickly. So, I
I'm trying to
mean,
pull a U. Yeah.
yeah.
Rip a
So
U.
you can't, you don't want to make the people in the town already distrust you,
Right.
because no matter what, in small towns, your reputation matters.
Right.
And like that thing about her saying, well, I would just go basically be dirty anyways just to make Mary mad. No, because in the South, honey, we like our cleanliness.
Right.
You
Right.
don't want to be known as, I don't want to buy flowers from her. She can't keep her house clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially is a question like if you have urban lifestyle, urban
Yeah.
wildlife in your house.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I ain't
Be
trying
like,
to bring that to my place. You know,
like what's over there crawling?
they're right,
You
dropping
making
all
me itch
packages
thinking
and
about
shit.
it.
That package is crawling. Like,
So I would advise her not to, I would advise her to distance herself from the show. Be like, hey, that was my past. I'm not on it no more. I know you got your obligation for next season, because I think they were contracted through season 21, but I wouldn't renew after that.
Right, right.
Because if she does, she's setting Tater Farms up to fail. Because look at how much backlash she got just from this last season.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Maddie, because that's gonna hurt you too in the long run if you're in business with them. But
right.
even though that's her mom, I would be looking at my mom sideways too with the way she was with Cody. I was like, hey, what you going back for?
You ain't got no business over there.
Yeah. But I know you gotta go. Thank you for letting me call in.
No worries. Thank you for calling in.
Y'all have fun. I'm gonna keep listening.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All
Bye,
right,
y'all.
Zuka.
Be safe.
All right, you too. Awesomeness. And then we have Katie up. What's going on, Katie? How you doing?
Oh, wow, that was fast. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you. I got you.
Okay, cool. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Doing well.
Good. I guess just a couple points real quick, which I've got something to say about all of them, quite frankly. None of them are great, but, just a standalone statement for Sookie. If I were Sookie, I wouldn't put this job on my resume. We all know that. Doesn't even need to be discussed, but just wanted to say it. And then also, the only thing that all of the Browns are collectively smart enough to know is that they're too stupid for real questions or to even face each other. They can't sit on a couch together. They've got this patched together, one-on-one, tell-all, whatever it's supposed to be. The tell nothing, as we all say. But the only thing they do know is that they can't face each other or answer real questions from viewers, fans, and then want to scold us on top of it for having an opinion about it afterwards.
Right.
And I think that's kind of silly. And then for Janelle, she mentioned a couple times over the season the shy, pretty wife comment. And I think she's very offended by that. At first, I thought she was making fun and it was funny, but she mentioned it enough where I think that she's truly offended by that, because she is the original shy wife. She's always been shy, and that's how she flew under the radar so long.
Right.
With her shyness and only making smirks, this, that, and the other in the background when Cody's dogging out other wives. We all saw it. But it just came to light this tell-all.
No, I agree with you.
We've all given Janelle grace for a good reason for the last couple of years, right?
Right.
And she deserved that grace. But I've never been a huge fan of Janelle. I've always liked she's laid back, this, that, and the other. That's great. But she was doing that as part of her manipulation too. I think she was whispering in Cody's ear the entire time as well. Just Robin won the game. And just, Robin won the long game on that. And you could see her face when they were on the back deck at Christine's. When Christine said Cody apologized for not loving her too, her face dropped. Completely dropped.
Right.
Like, oh, wait, that was a bullshit apology to me? Yeah, it was, Janelle. You were stupid.
Right. You fell for it.
You fell for it because her face dropped completely.
Yeah. Cody walked out. Got her.
Yep. Got her. She should have corrected right then and came hard at the tell-all, but she didn't.
I'm with you on that.
And then the only other thing I wanted to ask you, because you are in the TV, I think TLC had a hand in casting Cody for Special Forces.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think he got so much special treatment. I think that they might have hoped that he'd get a clue and get some accountability from the DSs and reach out to his kids to save the show. And it backfired tremendously.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, because the whole thing is that it's because there's a lot of, because he has a commitment already, there's a lot of moving parts. It's not like he used to do Sister Wives and he's no longer affiliated with that show anymore.
Right.
He's currently on that show. So, like, even production wise, they have to take into account that there are risks going on Special Forces. And he could have went off and got hurt, bad, in which case that would directly impact Sister Wives. So you have to negotiate around those contracts. And TLC very well may have been for it because Special Forces does have a larger market share than TLC's Sister Wives does. So there's an advantage for Sister Wives. There's incentive for Sister Wives to say, we need Cody on the show.
Yeah, and he got all the, he got so much more advance notice to train. He got to bring all his supplements. He got so much that most of the people who are way more famous than him didn't get. And also, they filmed it in the middle of filming Sister Wives. Like, they paused filming for him.
Right.
So they had to have a little bit of a part in it. And I wonder to myself if they were trying to, like, maybe he'll get a clue. Because the production and the film crew has seen these kids their entire lives.
Right.
They have to feel some type of way about it. I know I would.
You would think. But it's the whole problem with the production side of it, depending on the company that you work for and the people you work with. Like, I've, I don't want to be that guy, but like, I've had an opportunity where I work with some amazing people, and for the most part, 99% of my experience has been very positive. However, I am completely aware that there are people in the industry that don't give a shit about you as a person, a human being at all. They don't care about your family. The only thing they care about is their bottom line. So I don't know where TLC falls in the realm of that spectrum, or on, where they fall in that. But there is a possibility that on one side you say, well, the producers and the people at TLC, they know the kids and they want to see them do well and reunite with their father. There's another part where you could look at it and say TLC doesn't care, because one of the main drivers they could have as a storyline is Cody's bad relationship with his kids. If everything goes good, it's not a good show.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the only thing that gives me concern. That's part of the reason why I say that if they ever have a hope or a chance of healing this family, they have to get off TV.
100%.
They have to get off TV. You can't do both. You know what I mean? It's like trying to be alcoholic, still going to the bar. You know what I mean? Like, almost.
That doesn't work out well.
Bartender. Like, no.
That part doesn't work out well, right?
Yeah. Like you're gonna go in there every day. You're gonna walk into your job with the best of intentions, and every day you're gonna fail because even the days that you succeed is gonna be by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah, you can't bartend while trying to be trying to
In
recover.
recovery, yeah, you can't. There's too much temptation, and plus, it's the access, it's the ease of it. You're going to have encouragement. So if you're trying to build a relationship with your kids, you're going to be encouraged by some of the production team to not build those relationships. They're going to give you bad advice. They're going to, you know what I mean? They're going to put you in situations where, oh, you're talking to Logan now. Well, I tell you what, why don't you meet with him on Sunday and we'll film it, knowing full well Logan doesn't want to be filmed. Where are you guys meeting at? The camera crew show up, and that sends Logan into a spiral, break the relationship up. And if they can catch it on tape, even better,
Yeah,
So,
and I guess in my kind heart, I thought they'd want him to reach out to the kids to save the show for a good reason. But in TLC's dirty heart, they could have wanted an explosion.
right. Well, because I mean, let's be honest. Like if they have a bad time, and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm gonna be honest with myself. Like the truth of the matter is that even my channel is part of the problem. Is that when Cody does something, I'm gonna come out. If he did something reprehensible to the kids, I'm gonna come out and talk about it.
I am too, but because good people protect children.
Right.
Whether they're 30, 25, 40, it doesn't matter. They're kids.
Right. But the problem is that when you're dealing with eyes on screen, they don't care whether you're watching because you hate it or you love it or how you feel about it. They just care that you're watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I say like a lot of the social media folks are a huge bridge for reality shows, especially when they're on their breaks, because we keep the conversation going, we keep the interest high, and so when they start their next season, a lot of times it'll be the content creators who are excited about the new season, and this is the last week, the final countdown that starts off this week. We're the ones doing that. We're doing it more than the production companies are.
Exactly. And that's why Mary's little statement when she went live with Jen was absolute bullshit. You're scolding your viewers.
Right.
You showed us this. We're commenting on it. And now you're scolding us for commenting on it. Because I've yet to see a death threat. I've seen people call Janelle out for, why do you have this shady, worthy up type business when you look like crap on TV? Nobody's taking advice from you. That's the truth. That's an honest opinion. It's the truth. It's not a death threat.
Right. And that's part of it too. People might say shit you don't like, but that's life. And the thing is that, I don't say what my coaches used to say back in the day, but opinions are like
assholes.
Yeah. Everybody's
got one. Yeah.
So if you are that offended by people's opinions, you probably shouldn't be on this. You aren't built for this. And that's just the honest truth. I'm not going to sit here and I say that as a person who has worked in this type of environment, but I would never do a reality show because I'm not built to do a reality show.
I couldn't handle it. 100%.
Right. I'm not built for it.
But Mary and Jen getting up there saying, well, we're tougher than Janelle. We can handle it. BS. And there doesn't have to be a villain. And this, that, and the other. Well, there kind of does. And when did you come on a live and stick up for Cody and Robin? Not that I want you to, right? Not that I want you to at all, because they don't deserve it. But how do we pick and choose? Cody and Robin have been the villains for years.
I would even say, when have you gotten on a live and defended yourself?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the part right there.
Like I feel like the people who watch my take and you guys defend Mary, do a better job of defending Mary than Mary has ever done defending herself.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people, whether it was Caramel Cuties, Kitty, or what I mean, folks have come out and they go to the mat for Mary. There was people who was going to the mat for Mary long before the whole thing with Janelle exploded.
Right.
And they would stand in the cut and they would defend her. and talk about how she's being mistreated, she's misunderstood, and they would stand there and verbally defend Mary in ways that she wasn't defending herself. So it's, to me, it's weird that you would say, you know, I have to watch the whole interview, but you know, if that's the case, it would be weird to me for her to say that Janelle can't handle it, but we can. I don't. Maybe Jen can, because that's why Jen was sitting on the couch with you at the tell-all, because she had to put a battery in your back to get you to answer questions.
That part
tell the
right
truth.
there. Yeah,
You
and
know?
probably it is Jen, but they were talking about they have a death threat file on their computer that they've saved these death threats for all these years, and it's like, whatever.
Mhm.
That's stupid. And
I ain't going to prison for this show. Like, to be very clear,
right,
I
like,
am not going to
no,
prison for these people.
right. Nobody made a damn death threat. Let's get real about it. These people exaggerate everything. Shut up.
Right.
Just
I don't
because
feel safe. No, I am not going to prison for y'all.
Janelle caught some heat, and Janelle's too shy to stick up for herself, so she called Mary to have her do it for her.
Right.
So all these people are talking to each other behind the scenes and trying to amp up the stuff, and then when they get it wrong, they want to blame us.
Right.
You showed us what you showed us, and you gave us puzzle pieces, and you're blaming us because we can't put the puzzle pieces together.
Well, we did successfully, because
we did.
I mean, the stuff that Janelle is complaining about people coming at her for, let's be honest. And I know we got people who are fans of Janelle and defenders of Janelle, but if we're going to be honest, Janelle said she presented the whole backdoor deal to Cody.
Right.
She talked to her lawyer. Her lawyer said, we need to sell this property. And then she took that information to Cody and said, you know, you could sell this out from under her.
Yeah.
And then he ran with it from there.
Right. In my opinion, the backdoor deal included Robin.
Right. Yeah.
It was Cody and Janelle trying to get the shit sold. Robin had the NDAs. Janelle did say, I told Cody to give Mary whatever she wanted. They were backdoor dealing Robin and Mary.
Right.
And then Robin got pissed. And that's probably why that's the only emotion she's ever truly showed on the show, was when she realized in the one-on-one that Cody was going against me too.
Right. Well, actually, you know what I think it might have been? I don't know if she was mad because Cody was going to go behind her back and get the deal done. I think she might have been mad because Cody was going to go behind her back to get the deal done, and he hadn't secured a NDA.
Right. Yeah,
before
that's
he
what
was
I'm
going to do it. So she would have looked terrible. You know,
Yeah,
it's not the fact that he was going to steal the money. It's the fact that he was going to steal the money. Everybody knew he was going to know that he stole the money.
Well, he couldn't steal the money. Let's get real. Both their names were on it. So he couldn't steal the money. It's not about the money. It's about the NDA.
Right. I mean, even if he tried it, because I wouldn't put it past these jackwagons, jackaloons to try the shit. I just know that if you did it, like I could walk into a bank and pass off a note and say, give me all the money in the register. I could try it. That don't mean I'm gonna make it to the parking lot though. Like, you know what I mean? You can try whatever you want to try, you know.
Yeah, you can try what you want. It's not gonna mean shit at the end of the day. But
right, it's gonna be FIFO. You done mess around. The more you have around, the more you're gonna find out. So
fuck around and find out. That's it. But I think the whole family's about to fuck around and find out on that note, because they're tanking their own show.
Right.
They won't talk about anything. Mary doesn't like circles, but she talks in them constantly. You know, I don't know how that works, but whatever. Always, you know, a week or two ago, she's on TV saying Janelle did this, Janelle did that. This is a lie. And now the hate comes out. Or it's not even hate. It's just accountability.
Right.
It's accountability. And yes, we noticed what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So we noticed what you said. And now we're Team Mary, but now we're Team Mary and you want us to be Team... none of it makes sense.
Right.
It's all just made up bullshit. But I won't keep you. That was just a couple points that I had in my brain for a while now. And I was going to call in Saturday and everything was about catfish. I didn't want to interrupt that conversation.
No, it's no worse.
About the catfish, because we were all hyper focused on that, and they all deserve heat, honestly. And hate to say it, but Christine's the smartest one out of the bunch.
Yeah,
And
well, yeah, she's staying out of the fray.
she's staying out of the fray. She was the first to leave. She's been the smartest one out of the bunch for a hot minute. She had her ducks in a row before she left. She wasn't living in an RV. She made sure she had a house. She was not smart on the Truly and Isabel thing, obviously. But for a hot minute, she's been the smartest one. And making the most money, too.
Right. Yeah, she's been lucky. But thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, we got 2 more phone calls. What's going on, Linda? How you doing?
Hey, James, what's going on with the going on?
Not much. How
I
you making
should.
out?
Well, when all the Sister Wives mess ended, I filled up my Tuesdays. I'm actually taking a Taino studies class, which is the indigenous people where some of the Puerto Ricans come from. And I think, my family is from there. So I'm just learning more about that history. And then for whatever reason, we had to look up something. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing the Tuesdays. And it's so weird because I was going to post something in the Facebook group. So I think we're all talking about that little interview Mary gave. I'm going to be honest. Once she said, we don't need a villain, I turned it off because it echoed what you said, that, we need villains, we need heroes for these stories to continue, because the reality is scripted. And I'm like, you know what? These mofos, I think they probably stalk your channel more than anybody else's, because some of these other creators that randomly come up, I hear them say things. I actually posted one where this chick from California practically wrote down verbatim what I had said in one of the lives. But in any, I'm like, oh my God, people don't have original thoughts. But I was listening to Kathy. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Or Katie, K-A-T. How do you pronounce the name? Katie, Kathy? Katie?
Yeah.
I was listening to what she said. You know what? I think what I'm rooting for is morality. And I'm rooting for some of these adult kids. None of these, you know what? None of these people deserve the time and effort we put in it. Cause there was like, so when I saw that thing with Mary, like my mind went someplace else. I'm like, these people all sitting around laughing at us because we've had this vested interest, and they don't realize we started because we wanted to learn more about their culture, their lifestyle, like come in with respect, curiosity. And we kind of grew attached to the kids. As one will do, whether they're real or not. And, they didn't realize they opened up our heart for us to care. But if they're going to try to kick us in the teeth, they're going to open us our mind to come after them. And when I say come after them, no death threats, because I ain't going to jail for nobody, but to expose them. And I was thinking about the catfish, and I kind of saw it another way when they brought it up, because these tell nothings, if you just got quiet and listen, they gave a lot of nuggets and a lot of tidbits, and a lot of it were them confirming what we thought, what we could have said, and not just our channel, but I'm sure others as well, but also giving little tidbits of truth. And I think they realized that they just played us too much, and it's a fuck around and find out moment where they're not ready to live life without this paycheck. They're not. Mary is trying to get her money back, maybe, Dike, like we say, from Cody, the other percentage of her home sale, because she's doing a renovation. So I don't think that spot open. So there's no income coming in. She's probably living off savings. Janelle is in the most precarious situation because she has no idea this business that she's in is weather driven. And that could be a make or get wiped out. Right. So they need this. And they kind of left it to Cody's dramatics. Again, this is me in my head, follow me in my little warped brain. They kind of thought that Cody's dramatics and histrionics were just gonna keep drawing us in, and we were gonna maybe decide, okay, we're mad at Cody, we're mad at Robin. No, it's Janelle. I just found it very curious that at the very last tell-all, they're gonna bring up the real truth about Janelle and her marriage to Mary's brother. It was out there, but it was never out there that clear. Like everything, it was like pulling these bits of stories throughout the years. You know, in the book they said something, but they glossed over it.
Right.
You know, when she opened up her mouth and said, oh, you know, because when she first said, oh, I knew this polygamous couple and they were my secret, I remember thinking, wait a minute, weren't you married to Mary's brother? What do you mean, what secret? So nobody knew that, you know, your sister-in-law was, or your husband, you know, right? It came. So I think the catfish, you know, as I ramble around the catfish, I have two thoughts, and I would love to hear yours and even anybody else's. Either that catfish happened for real in the sense that Robin did set her up, and it would be great because there's so many internet sleuths out there that could really, really get to the truth, or that it was a fabrication from TLC to add some spice to the ratings, because I keep reading that it was the catfish thing that got everybody interested again or got the ratings up. What's your take on that theory? That it's not mine, it's going around.
Well, because part of the problem that they have with the catfish is that I think the catfish is real, just in the sense that one, I think Robin set it up. Robin and then eventually Cody set it up.
Right.
Two, I think that the catfish exploded at a time when they needed it to explode, and they took advantage of the storyline. Like, I think that originally the catfish was merely designed to put a wedge between Mary and the family, to force
Correct.
Mary out of the family. And
Right.
then when they started talking about shutting the show down, then they were like, well, what about, you know, this other issue with Mary perhaps cheating on us? Is that strong enough to keep the show? And that's when they renegotiated. Yeah.
That makes 110% sense. Now, yes. So I'm for the vote. I don't know if you're taking votes because, like I said, I had my class. I'm for the vote of let's dig down, double down, and do that detective work to the with the catfishing. Let these mofos know that it's a fuck around and find out. You don't mess with your audience. You don't mess with your audience, especially when there's kids involved. You may not care for your kids. We do, even though half of them are grown ass adults. But still, as children that are coming from some abuse, which I think they're acknowledging it, it's beneficial for them to know that there are strangers in their corner, that are people that have vouched for them, but they're just going to have to gird their loins as their parents are exposed in whatever form they are going to be exposed in.
Right.
And what I don't understand, James, is I understand the wedge between Mary and Cody because that probably came from Robin's insecurity, right? It was a year out from the divorce. But why would you want her to leave the family and lose that income? Make that make sense? I don't get that.
Well, because I think that ultimately, in their own naivety and hubris, I think that they thought that they could physically remove Mary, perhaps get the home and take the house over, and she move away from the house, but she would still remain connected to the family. And in her desire to try to reattach to the family, she would do extra shit. So instead of her maybe kicking in, you know, X amount of dollars, like 50% of her paycheck, she's giving over 75, 80% of her paycheck because she wants to reestablish that commitment to the family. That also goes hand in hand with the first thing that Cody said to her when they got to Vegas. In order for you to stay in the family, you have to prove your love and loyalty. And so if you can get her making a big mistakes like infidelity, then like she had to prove her loyalty because he didn't like the way she was talking to him. Right. Now he supposedly got her on cheating. So whatever you were doing before, you're going to have to quadruple that effort.
Got it.
Yeah. Because I don't think they ever thought, like, even I genuinely think that Robin, when she says she's upset that the family left, she's upset the family left. She didn't want them around, but I think she's upset that they left.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think her dream was to be queen bee, the head of everything. People would be apart but they would still be part of the family.
Mhm.
Like she wouldn't be standing alone.
Right. Right.
And he's a lot to deal with alone.
Right.
I
Yeah, she
mean,
can
if
pass them off when she gets tired and that kind of thing. And they're supposed to be so that she gives them an opportunity.
yeah. Wait, you just glitched. What was that last thing you said?
No, I'm saying like she could pass them off whenever she gets tired of them or she wants a break. She could
Yeah.
pass them off to one of the ex-wives. And even in doing so, they were supposed to be thankful at her generosity for giving her a little bit of FaceTime with Cody.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah, well, that I would love to be in her brain for like maybe an hour just to read all those thoughts, because there has to talk about be careful what you wish for. Hot damn.
Yeah.
But all right, so I'm not going to take time. You got another caller. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So vote for the investigating the catfish.
There you go. There you go. We're going to
Take
look
care.
at it. Thank you so
What?
much, Linda. I appreciate you.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right. Have a good one. Yeah, even to Linda's point, like I said, I wanted to dig into it, especially as I'm reading this crazy ass manifesto that Catfish put together. If we're going to talk about it, then we need to talk about it. That's where I'm at. So, but I don't want to talk about it in just the framed experience that Robin and Cody are trying to have us discuss it in. I want to talk about it, using like I might want to say using my logic. It's common sense. Let's talk about it from a common sense perspective. Like what is actually going on. And I think that makes the most sense. But stayed a little longer than I was supposed to. As Christine would say, I'm in trouble, y'all. Nah, we good. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Before we go, let me I had some things I had to take care of. 1 second. 1 second. Was having a little bit of difficulty. All right. Before we go, I wanted to make sure we give recognition to folks who are supporting the channel. You guys are all supporting the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. That's huge in support of the channel. But like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Don't forget to go to MyTakeOnRealityLIVE if you want to see the replays of our live streams. We have Darlene Hall donated a membership. We have Megatron coming through. We had Tanya Carter. We had Unlimited Lipstick. Thank you guys so much. I also wanted to give hearts in the chat for some folks who had who have come to just come to attention. Just not even so much need support or want support, but I want to give them support from the group. So we have Jody Pierce Scala, Megatron, Carmel Cuties, Sharon, Martinet, and I feel like we're missing some folks. Hold on 1 second. We're missing some people. Yeah, we were missing some folks. So we had Jody Periscala, Carmel Cuties, Megatron, Miss Betty, Kathy Ferran, Allison Gaines, and Marlo Peterson. So put some hearts in the chat for those folks. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then we have Lizzie B gifted one My Take on Reality membership. Thank you, Lizzie B. Appreciate you. One of the triple OG mods in the house. Thank you so much. Let me give you a little something, Lizzie B. And for everybody who can contribute to the show, whether it's through conversation in the chat, keeping it cool in the chat, having conversations, real cool conversations, I appreciate you guys. I'm so happy that we have a space where we can support one another. And honestly, like I know I kind of went a little red line on the whole interview earlier, but in this space, I like to think that not only do we support each other, but we have the integrity to be honest. And I will continue to strive to be honest, whether I believe in a person or not, whether I agree with them or not. I have to give my honest perspective. And I know in a cold, cruel world where fairness is an illusion, justice sometimes seems unattainable. I think that we make the world more fair and more just by trying to act more fairly and being more just in our approach to things, as well as acting with integrity and displaying good character. And displaying good character to me is not me sitting around pretending like things that are abnormal are normal. Things that are abusive and negative and harmful in nature are things that we have to somehow tolerate and pretend it is different because somebody is not offended. I don't care whether you're offended or not. If I find it to be distasteful or dangerous or harmful, then I'm going to say something. And anything that I say, I will give this caveat. Anything I say on my channel, you are more than welcome to disagree with me. I have zero problems with people disagreeing with me, voicing their opinion, stating their truth, giving their side of things and their perspective, because that, to me, that's how good, that's how ideas are challenged. That's how ideas, thoughts, and policies, procedures, and even principles are shaped and strengthened. If they can withstand criticism, observation, and scrutiny, then those positions are worth having. If I felt like I was in a situation where I say something online or I say something on this space and you guys couldn't, you can't refute me, then that tells me personally that my position is weak as hell. And then most likely I'm wrong, because you can't question it. You cannot question this. Because if you look too close, you're going to realize it's Fugazi. All right? So that's where I'm at. So if you guys ever disagree with me, don't feel like you can't say something. All right? You're more than welcome to say. We have disagreements all the time. Some people, whether it's the catfish stuff, my approach to the catfish stuff, Big G stuff, whatever the case may be, I will do my best to explain my positions and thoughts. You do your best to explain your position and thought. We can debate ideas. We don't have to debase people. And I think that that's the subtle difference. Even as I explained earlier, if there's something going on, even if I think that I don't have to like you, I don't have to 100% agree with you. But if I think that you're right or you have a perspective or a position that's worth noting, I got to call that out. Try to call balls and strikes. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a fantastic evening. Rest of your evening. Have a most awesome tomorrow morning. And have a wonderful rest of your week. We will be back on Thursday for the Speak Pipe show. We're going to keep this train rolling, y'all. And make sure you keep an eye out, because once I get finished this book, I'm going to put out a video about this catfish book. And I want to do a review of the interview provided by Kendra, where she did the news reporter interview, as well as the conversation she had with the catfisher at the end of the interview. All right. This should be interesting. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. That's my take. I'm James, and this has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out.